it's good to be back. Objectivity never has a greater Phoenix metaphor been personified in human history. Therefore, if I'm saying anything, it's going back to the Stark Expo.
Yeah. So, but go ahead though.
No, I'm just saying. Hey, bro, I think I said this before. That nigga Steph won, bro.
Bro, and this is why I was gonna hit you up. This is the weirdest thing about. I say sometimes when people say stuff about Steph or just don't whatever they just start talking, I'll be like, I don't even get you. Like, I don't understand where you're coming from. Like, I feel like you only maybe it's biased. You only coming from a place that you just want to hate. Because no one ever says like, "Hey man, Steph the best player of all time. He better than Bron or MJ or whatever you want to do." No one does that. But it's just like you could be not saying anything, and somebody will just say something stupid about Steph, and you'd be like, like all you gotta do is just get a dude his flowers. Like,
yeah, he getting his flowers from me,
like,
bro.
He be cooking people. He had deficiencies. He got stronger. So like even when they like focus him out on defense, he ain't a great defender. He's not a liability. No. He'll cook anybody. I remember one time somebody just was coming at me like, because they would just want, obviously, you know what it was, but they just wanted to come at him. This was a couple years ago.
Right.
And they just like saying he was a trash ball handler. I'm like, what are you talking? Like, you don't even sound correct, brother. I mean, I love you, brother, but you sound stupid.
Yeah.
You just was it was like, it didn't make sense for me. I was just sitting there eating. I was at a barbecue, like, I'm just get a slab of these ribs or something. And I just got it. You just coming at me about it. And he was trying to get me like we all on it. Because they talking sports. I'm just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll be trying to combat niggas I just met. So I'll just be like, oh yeah, you know, he cool. Yeah, he's straight. Yeah, Steph ain't got no handle. What are you talking about? Where's your point? He's going around people. People handle they use now is like based on what Steph, like the stuff people brought to the league is based on what Steph was doing. He changed the game.
Changed the game, bro. Changed the women's game too.
He changed the entire landscape of basketball. If you can watch, like you say, back to your point about the women's basketball, you ain't gotta like it. It's not for you. But they playing a game that's like that now.
Yeah.
They were just doing all this. They was hack boxing and everything. It really was a skilled
game. It look a lot better now.
You might not like it, but it is a skilled game now.
Yep.
They got handled. They pulling up for the three. They doing this. They hezzying.
Yeah.
Like Steph used to hit you with double and triple hezzies. Like nobody was doing that.
Hezzy to a floater too.
Like no one was doing that, man. He changed.
He's not Kyrie Irving, you know, obviously.
Yeah, that's a different.
But to say that
level.
He got trash handles, patently false.
Like he just out there like,
nah, bro.
He just out there.
He got great handles. His handles have improved since when he came out in what 09? When he come out 09, 11?
09.
He
was in the 09 draft.
He might have been in the 09 draft. So he's been in the league for a minute. His
was a pretty good draft too.
Handles way better than they was at Davidson.
100%.
He didn't have handles like that. He was a catch and shoot dude at Davidson. He wasn't breaking people down really like that, like he is now. Like he wasn't, like you said, hezzy to the pull up, and then he might like fake you off, look at you. Like he was doing that, but he wasn't. Yeah. What he doing now? Nah, he wasn't nowhere near that, Davis.
Yeah, so it was weird when they was doing all that talk about the, you needed a Finals MVP. I'm like, do you see this dude's resume?
Really
see his dude resume. He just happened to be in a year when it was the stupidest thing what they were doing. They were going to try to give an MVP to a guy who lost in 6, and then another guy on this team got votes. So votes got split when it should have been Stephen Curry.
Yeah,
Curry should have got it that year.
Some free.
That was the fact that like Wiggins would have had more of a case this year than an Iguodala.
I said that too.
I was like, what I'm saying?
Yeah, I said that in the group chat. Like, they'll fuck around and get this to Wiggins.
Wiggins had way more of a shot.
Yeah,
this series than what Iguodala had, because he brought way more to the table.
That's crazy.
And the fact that the guy he was guarding lost got like 5 or 6 votes. Like he was almost in the running to get the damn MVP, and he lost the series at 6. So like that was just the silliest thing that had happened. Steph changed the game. Like my man, we talked last time we talked, we were like the 30-yard out. Like I don't even gotta, gotta rank your players and put them in the top 10, the top 15. I was like, look, man, what was your impact on the game, and was you that dude when you was in the game? And then we can do our list that way. Like let's just Steph one of those. Wherever you rank him, he one of those. He changed the game, man.
He was the face of the. He been the face of the game too for a minute.
And people don't want to honestly give that up. All you gotta do is go outside.
Like, bro, they the face of the game. Like he not Jordan levels,
no,
necessarily, because he not. Everybody don't want a shoe and all that, jersey and everything, but they want to play like Steph, bro.
All you gotta do, like you say, good point. All you gotta do right now, tomorrow, Southside, weather might be nice in any town, USA. Steph gonna be hooping. I mean, people gonna be hooping, and watch what you see. Man or woman, just watch what you see. You see that guy on the court.
2 toes behind the line.
You see that guy. Yeah,
has he?
I never thought it was that serious. And then sometimes people come to you and they just be talking. And they'll actually try to get flowers. I'm like, where was you at 2 years ago? Where was you at? Like he been that dude.
He been that dude, man.
He been that dude. Yo, you was holding on to the fact you didn't want to give that up.
It's crazy. People because people try to detract and they'll say shit like, "Oh man, but what about like it was a lot of injuries this year. Like, oh, Ja was injured.
Yeah,
it wasn't like Ja was blowing them out. It wasn't like they was down 2-0.
Yeah,
2 blowouts to Ja. You know what I mean? It was like neck and neck.
Mm-hmm.
When Ja was in there healthy. I mean, granted, Ja was like smoking them.
Facts,
but I don't think it's anything where you can definitively say like, oh, they had an advantage over the Warriors.
Yeah, it was over when he was in.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was like they was having a hard time guarding, but we not gonna because if we gonna do that, then we gotta say, hey man, Steph really shot 5 rings.
We could just run it down.
KD don't rush for his Achilles. If KD is in there, like I can see losing Clay because that just compounded it and made it like, all right, y'all about to, and they still was in it.
Yeah.
But once Clay got injured, it was like, okay, y'all in trouble.
It was curtains.
But if you had KD up in there, bro, if you had KD in there, Steph got 5 rings, man. Steph got 5 rings. KD got 2 of the finals MVPs. But once Steph get 1, it's like, like you said, and he probably should have got the other one. So that's really like 2. He been that dude, man.
Yeah, he
like,
been that dude.
He got it without KD, and now he got another one without KD.
He got another one without KD.
That blows the whole KD thing.
It's crazy. My guy KD catching a lot of strays right now, right?
Hey, bro.
He catching a lot of strays because he's the guy who left Steph, right? He catching a lot of strays. But the thing about Steph,
yeah,
right, that like if you just watch, you ain't even got to be like, people try to get whatever, like numbers and all this and all that. All you gotta do sometimes is just watch. When Steph when they get to half court, when he hit the line, even without the ball, there's a defender on him. So everybody else already playing one-on-one. Because the way you gotta play Steph, because he can hit from anywhere, right? Yeah. So you gotta change your whole defensive scheme. They inventing defensive schemes for Steph Curry. That's like Shaq stuff, man. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
when you got to invent a defense to be able to handle, because that's that stuff. Like they do something so unique that you got to invent things, fake zones, illegal. Like they had to get rid of, like for Shaq, illegal defense because everybody was just sitting around in the paint for 17 seconds against Shaq. Right? They had to remove some of that stuff because like, no, that's not cool. Like Steph has that kind of impact. But just look, like you say, KD was there. KD, that dude. KD probably tell you, like, man, I was just getting one-on-one the entire time. I never don't get that now. Didn't get it before. I had to get it when I was on that team.
He wasn't getting it with Westbrook, bro. Westbrook an MVP, bro. James Harden, MVP. He wasn't getting that with them dudes. Now he wasn't gonna get it with, Harden, but at any stage, you know what I mean? Like even when he was with the Thunder, he was like coming off the bench, but still, he was never getting that with any other player. Steph, bro. Steph made him. But I don't want to be the one that's sending the strays at KD because KD that dude, man.
KD that dude, but he's caught a lot of strays in the last couple of days.
Yeah, you can't. But you can't. Yeah, you can't trash his career, man. He that dude, man.
He's that dude.
He got two MVP, He got regular season MVP. He got 2 finals MVPs, man. He was the best player. Hey, I started off with Steph. We saw Steph tonight. KD was the best player on those teams.
Yes,
by far. They win a third in a row. They win a triple, a three-peat if he don't rupture his Achilles.
Facts.
Without Clay, in my opinion.
Like the league, lucky he left.
Yeah, it would have been a cloud over the league because all this worst record in the league they had 2 years ago.
Yep,
KD there, healthy or not. Like I mean, he probably would have missed a lot of games, but they not gonna have.
He'd have came back last year though.
Yeah, he would have came back last year.
He would have came back last year with Steph.
With that team,
yeah,
bro, they in the finals again.
And it was already. Think about it. They got the 1 pick right. Or they got not right. I ain't say they got it right, but they got the top 3 pick when they got Wiseman. They got a high pick last year just because of a draft they got. But at the end of the day, they've been like they allowed other people to get a chance to play, right? While that one season he would have been out, Steph got hurt, Clay was hurt. So they would have still got that opportunity to the people that helped out this year, they would have got a chance to play, right? And then you bring back Steph, KD. Like again, league lucky, KD left and went to the Nets because no one would have a shot. The bubble championship would have been over. All that other shit. Well, I don't think they was in the bubble. They didn't have a chance in the bubble because KD was out. Yeah, man. But I just feel like it's weird. I feel like it's weird to be like, you get a text or you see something. You're like, hey man, wasn't nobody even trying to big up Steph to actually get to the point you got to defend him. Like it should just be it's just known like he that dude, right? Like there's no, and this is not even the era. Like this is the one thing, and I could get it for people that might have to hear things about Jordan all the time or this thing and that. It's like Jordan's era when he played, nobody else got a chip. That was it, right? He retired and people got chips. But you wasn't getting no chips when he started winning. It was over.
Cause nobody eating.
But yeah, it wasn't nobody. So this is an era where like think about it. Steph got 4. Bron got 4. KD got 2. Man, he got 2 of them with Steph, but he got 2. Yeah. Kawhi got 2. You know what I'm saying? It's like different people who got people winning, right? So it's like you don't have to like, hey, just get Steph what he's supposed to get. Just give it to him, man. Cut it out. Because he's really that dude.
4 is hard to get, man.
4 is tough to get. In
25 years, how many dudes got 4, man? That's like Kobe, Duncan, Bron, Steph, and Jordan. If you go back to 97. So yeah, it's like you know what I mean? It's like one hand. Like
we talking about chips. Dogs. We talking about dogs who got 4, right? Like dogs. Like people that was on the team that probably got it. But like
we ain't talking about Robert Ory's.
Yeah, exactly. So like
4, bro.
It's like you ain't even gotta. We ain't even. It's just it was just weird that people don't want to. They want to have to dispute it or so. It's like, nah, he that dude. He's really one of those guys.
He the guy we're gonna look back in this generation and be like, that was just the Steph era, bro. Like you said, everybody, a lot of people eating.
It's the Steph era.
It's his era, though, bro. He won, bro.
That's the hardest thing for people to accept.
Steph won, bro.
It's his era, man.
However
like
you
when
want
you
to
look back
slice
on the time.
However you want to slice it. Face of the game. Literally the face of the game. He's so much the face of the game. His wife famous.
His wife famous, man.
His wife down there, she got her own fame. Face of the game. The most influential player style-wise, like in terms of how he play since Jordan. Like,
I would agree.
People trying to play like him, bro.
People trying to play like him.
Players, his peers, kids coming up, kids coming into the league now in their early 20s, 19 or 18, 19, 20, 21. Bro, they grew up on Steph. They want to play like Steph.
Some
They
people
want
don't want to
Steph.
accept that, man. It's just like it's blatant. It's like it's not even me trying to take shots at people that don't want to accept that. It's like you just need to open your eyes. You don't even have to make case. It's like water is wet. It's one of those kind of deals. It's not me having to convince you that you should drink smart water versus this water. No, water is wet.
Yeah.
Steph he's the most influential player of this generation. This is his era. This is his era. They don't want to. It's like you have to. Oh yeah, it is. Like no, you should. This is era. All you gotta do is go. All you gotta do is go outside. Yeah. All you gotta do is go outside.
Just go outside. Just watch a pickup game.
Watch a pickup game.
Watch a mixtape nowadays. It's his game.
Yeah,
it's his game, bro. He won.
They term the thing now skill, like they call it. You was athletic, but this guy they had to make up a name for what he do. See, those are skilled players. Like you get what I'm saying? Like, no, that guy's talented. That, bro. This guy's skilled. They wouldn't even. Yeah, you're right. And he allowed this style of play to be prevalent now, because they wouldn't let you play like what he doing right now.
They would call you like. They would almost say like back in the day. They would say like, "Oh no, he's a special player."
Yeah.
But they kind of was sunning you in a way.
Yeah,
like I remember
100%
because they never really called like Kobe. No, Kobe is Kobe.
Yeah.
Bron was Bron. Tim Duncan was Tim Duncan. KG was KG. Antoine Walker was special. He's a special player.
Yeah.
Big man, can bring it up the court.
OG
take you off the dribble,
stretch forward.
Can just pull up, take a three. Antoine Walker was special.
The employee was
a skill player.
Employee, actually, that's a good one because the employee play now. Because he had that game.
Yes.
He had that skill set that's appreciative now. Right? Like I'm big, but I can handle, I can shoot. I had a package. Right? I really had a bag. But yeah, like they was sunning. That was like a negative thing to be like a person who maybe looked a certain way, but can do other things. I could put the ball on the floor. I can get like Steph, one of the first dudes with his skill set that used to come in that can actually get his own shot off. He don't need nobody to. He don't like Nash can do a bunch of stuff, and they were trying to make him out to be Nash, but Nash couldn't get his own shot off. You can guard Nash.
They used to say Nash, he's the best pure shoot. Like they used to say, like he was like the best shooter
if he was wide open.
He gotta be, but he gotta get open. He can't just get open on his own. Like
Steph gets space.
He will separate you.
Steph
he get you off
space. He's cold, man.
Run around.
Cold, man.
Pull up. It's like,
sometimes people watch a game and it'll be like, I've seen like, it don't really look like a, okay, whatever, man. I'm looking at it and that shit looks smooth. Like I'm watching Boston not knowing what to do. Like first they run smart at him. They got him guarding him, face guarding him half court. He get around that.
Bro,
he get around that with
last
ease.
night was just
he got Smart had to revert to flopping. Like I'm gonna do my flop tactics to try to get out of this.
At the end, bro, they couldn't even figure out how to they was rotating. You know what I mean? Like, bro, they got rotating. I'm like, why do Al Horford keep getting on Steph, bro? Why are y'all rotating? What are y'all doing? I don't
understand about today's NBA day. Like, look, y'all gotta cut that out. He killing that.
Oh man,
stop the switching shit, man. Like,
bro, he was
stop the switch. Y'all getting killed by it. Y'all keep having Horford getting locked on Steph like that. Your switch is wrong if that's what the result is.
Man,
your switch is wrong. If once you switch, Al Horford ends up on. I could do that anytime I want.
You fail. Yeah, that's a failure. Yeah, you.
And man, I saw something they was pointing it out, man. Like a lot of that was Smart at the end was like. He just kept bailing out on that. He kept diving hard until the switch. He couldn't wait for that pick to come, so he didn't have to guard Steph. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
go ahead and take the screen as Looney or as green, so I'm gonna stay on that.
It was like, come on.
And he kept bailing on that. Like I'm gonna go ahead and make sure we switch.
He broke that, man.
Because
man, that's like you said.
He ain't want that smoke no more.
You know how they start. You know how you said that. You said they start making rules for Shaq. Hey, Shaq used to break dudes.
They used to break dudes.
Shaq could break you he had you broke by the third quarter.
You was done.
He had you already quit by the third quarter.
You were done.
You just was waiting for the game to be over. Like I saw it. Like he would break dudes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially Lakers Shaq.
Yeah, Lakers early,
Man, Lakers
first championship Lakers Shaq will
man.
break you by the third quarter.
Was breaking dudes. He broke Mutombo. Shout out to
Mutombo.
Mutombo, but he broke him.
Broke Arvidas Sabonis.
Broke him.
Broke
Divac. Broke him.
Yeah, broke Divac down bad, man. I'm quitting. Yeah, that's how I used to always get the Kings. We always got the Kings because Divac could be done by the third quarter. And Chris Webber too, by the way.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Break him. We broke the entire Pacers team, bro. We broke them.
I remember going to a game. Went to the one of the Pacers. It was Lakers against Pacers, right? I had some tickets.
I
saw Shaq in person. And Shaq, like to see Shaq dunk on like the team, like not TV, but you sitting like, no, that really just happened in my face. Like he dunked on like these other grown 6'9", 6'10", 250-pound dudes, the Davis brothers. They couldn't even. They just falling off on them. They was trying to, and they couldn't do nothing. They couldn't.
He couldn't do nothing with it.
They couldn't do nothing. So I just look at it like whenever maybe we get into these conversations like, hey, somebody said something earlier, and I thought of it as a good way. Like, you ain't got to worry about who you got to take out. It's just Steph at the table. Like, you have a big party, you go in the restaurant, nice little restaurant, and then another family member, somebody else show up. Hey, just join the table. Like, you have to just make the table. I ain't got to worry about who I got to take out. But if you're going to have a conversation about those one-on-ones, those dudes, Steph at the table. I ain't worried about somebody got to get off. Like, hey, you go to the other table. But Steph at that table.
We talk about this all the time. We talk about Hall of Fame and all-time great. These are two different. That's why I say it a lot in boxing. Because boxing, you gotta separate the two. Arturo Gatti is a Hall of Famer. He's not an all-time great.
Okay.
Floyd Mayweather's all-time great.
He's an all-time great.
De La Hoya, all-time great.
All-time
Shane
great.
Mosley, all-time great.
Yeah.
Muhammad Ali, all-time great.
All-time great.
Whereas let's say like you might call Riddick Bowe. He might be a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like he might not be all. I would argue he's not all time great. Man, that's probably a bad example. But still, what I'm saying about Steph, hey man, Steph was all time great, bro. He was all time great last year, maybe 2-3 years ago. I'm just saying.
He was that before last night.
Yeah,
but he's enough with it now.
Now he's solidified. Now he's amongst the only guys that he kind of looking up to is other all time greats. And it's not that many of them.
Yeah.
And I don't think LeBron ahead of him necessarily.
I don't either.
I don't think I think he looking back at LeBron like, hey, bro.
I don't either.
I done moved up.
Yeah.
I got 4 chips. I got finals MVP. I got 2 regular season back-to-back MVPs. I'm the only unanimous MVP.
I beat you 3 times.
I beat you 3 times.
And I changed the game.
Bro.
Like when you say it like
beat
that,
you 3 times. I swept you. I beat you. You beat me. You only beat me once in 2 years. I beat you. What was it? It was like 8-1.
8-1.
I went 8-1 against you.
And if you add the other one, 12-4. Well, 12-3. I'm sorry. 12-3.
Yeah.
12-3.
So it's really not. Granted, you can't.
And then the one I lost in 7.
Yeah,
sometimes people talk that talk, and it was like, yo, they was down 3-1. That was an incredible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. All-time great comeback.
That wasn't a smoke job. That was an all-time comeback, which was great.
Yeah.
But it's not like that was a smoke job. Like, oh man, they kicked the word. And that next year they came back and they won 4-1.
Yeah.
Nah, man, they was down 3-1 and then they came back and won 4-3, which is incredible. But let's not act like it was like you say, it was action. He won. So that's what I'm saying. If you do a blind reveal, go, okay, look, let's take the feelings out of it. Here you go. Here go the sheet. Okay, this one person's resume. We looking for this one person's resume. Here's the other person's. A and B. Steph is A. You're gonna take A with ease. His resume is just better.
2 MVPs. A unanimous is one of them. They back to back. And it's not like Jokic, like Joker and Nash bullshit MVPs, where they won 2 back-to-back MVPs and one dude won it and couldn't even get out the first round.
Yeah.
Neither one of them dudes won championship. This dude won 2 back-to-back MVPs, went to the finals 2 years in a row. And one of them had the best all-time regular season record.
Yeah.
It's a difference. So we're not even gonna put him in that category.
It's even levels to that.
He in his own, yes, even levels to the 2 back-to-back MVPs. He that guy.
Yeah, Steph won back-to-back, won the chip, and then the second year, they were the best team. They had the best record of all time.
He was better than he was his first MVP year.
Yes, he was.
And then you led the league in scoring last year.
And then he led the league in scoring last year.
It's like, bro, you know what's funny? That reminds me because I like
scoring time.
People try to son Jordan, right? Like, or people try to hate on Jordan. That's my
Yeah.
I'm the defender. You know what I mean? But it's like they talk about Magic Johnson, right? Like, oh man, when he beat Magic was old. Hey man, Magic won the MVP the year before that.
Magic won the MVP the year before that.
The MVP. He was the defender MVP the year before, bro.
And it probably not resonate right now, but they had beat Portland that year to get. Portland was a damn good team, and they was favored to win that.
Yes.
They weren't supposed to beat Portland to play the Lakers.
Hell no. They was
on the way. Was like 32, 31, 32. Like missing with
man.
that. Like niggas was 38, 39. It's convenient, man. Like I feel like with Jordan, right? Like I feel like like you could be just chilling. It's like there's no reason for us to. You don't have to defend. It's just like you don't have to. Like, why are we having this conversation? Like you just woke up one day. Oh man, when he who? Like we don't. You don't have. There's like let that go. Let it go.
Yeah. Unless we stupid, unless we just gonna have stupid arguments for no reason. You know what I mean? It's just stupid debates. Like it's over, man. Let it go. Steph,
let it go. Steph on that let it go category, bro.
Let it go. Led the league in scoring last year.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. In 15, 20 years, God bless, and I'm still here. It's gonna be like, yo, it was Steph. Like I'm just gonna be like, I don't even want to hear like I liked other players. Like I'm old enough from that Jordan era.
Yeah.
That I was, I'm old enough that like there were other players that I like and liked more. Like they were my favorite. Like I like, but I will never bring them up in a conversation if we talking. We may talk about like if I see an interview, I see a podcast. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you one guy, if I was watching Knuckleheads or All the Smoke or something, and Kevin Johnson came to the thing, I'd be like, oh shit, I'll be hyped to see Kevin Johnson. I will never bring him up in a conversation and being like, nah, you get what I'm saying? Like I like the guy.
Yeah.
But let's just call it what it is. Jordan was that. Jordan's Jordan. Just let it go.
Kevin Johnson was my guy.
Let it go.
There were other players. Like, look, how do you think we got through NBA Jam? How do you think we got through all these? We got through NBA Jam, NBA Live. Bro, them games was the greatest ever without Jordan.
I don't even think NBA Live 95 had Jordan. Because he wasn't in the league. He didn't come back to the end of that year. Didn't. And that's probably like in terms of NBA Live, that's like pinnacle of NBA. Yes. Like 94, 95 is like pinnacle for that game. The
Houston Rockets, yes. Houston Rockets won it back to back. That was the best years of NBA Live. It was
pinnacle. Like you be Golden State when they had like Chris Webber and Chris Mullin and Tim Hardaway. They can get the threes and Billy. And then you could be Orlando with Penny and Shaq and then they were showing you stats and niggas was trying to get triple doubles with Penny. Like no game was doing that before that.
Three.
Yeah, it was like you go over. I remember that's funny. I remember the first time I had seen the NBA Live 95, right? I had a Sega, but I didn't have 95 yet. I had all the because remember, I don't know if you remember before, it was like first it was like Jordan versus Bird, and then it was like then it kind of morphed into like it was like Lakers versus Celtics, right? But then they just started calling it Live. Yo. And then like when they got the 95 and they switched the way the court was, it was like that diagonal kind of look, and it looked so real at the time. Wow, they stepped that up. And I'm over my man's. I was over one of the homies' house, and we was at the. I don't know. They had a little setup. Somebody that he had a basement, and they had the flat the floor model TV went to the went to the bait. They playing on that like a big screen, and it was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Man.
Jordan wasn't on it.
Jordan wasn't there, bro. You had to pick other players. That's how we ended up liking other players. You said Kevin Johnson was my dude. Kevin Johnson, young C-Web, young Spreewell.
When I balled, I used to always say Derek Coleman. See, I'm old enough, like I was big and I can shoot and I can dribble a little bit. So like I like those guys, Derek Coleman, Larry Johnson, Barkley,
with the Nets,
right? Yeah. So I like those guys, but you're not bringing them up in the conversation. Like, no, they don't go in that conversation. Nah. It's Jordan.
It was
let it go.
Jordan. Yeah,
let it go.
Waiting on Jordan to come back. That's just what it comes down to. It's like, all right, hey, Jordan, the best player.
So yeah, when they get combative with it, it was like, what are you really? What do you? Why did you choose that today to come at it? Like, just let that one. It's Brady. It's over. Let it go. Right? Just some people you just let it go. Like, like it's other people that get in the room, so that you don't got to debate. Like, oh, he got to come out. So, some people probably shouldn't be in there that you talk about, but at the end of the day. People like Steph, they at that table, and then they start to get to the point with Steph. My point I was gonna make in a couple years from now, Steph, he really sitting at a certain. He get to pick his seat at that table.
Yeah, man.
Like when they walk in, because right now they know that's Jordan's seat. Like,
bro.
That's what Jordan. Said. We seen it when they did the 75. Like when Jordan showed up. That shit changed it. That changed the whole magnetism when Jordan walked in the building. He's the alpha amongst alphas.
Oh, the boss of bosses, man. The alpha amongst alphas.
And that's the only difference between Steph, because he don't move like that.
Nah.
Jordan carry himself in a certain way. Yeah. He's the alpha amongst alphas.
Yeah. Steph is more like, man, he kind of like he got a little bit of Magic Johnson in him almost, where he gonna kill you with a wink and a smile,
Yeah, 100%.
Like people love Steph.
People love Steph.
There's some haters, but people love Steph. They love him, his wife, his kids.
Yeah, what he represent.
He's what's how he carry himself. Just they love him. Like he don't come across like Jordan. He not smoking a cigar but holding a baseball bat.
Jordan talk shit.
Talk shit when you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like,
you ever seen what Iverson said the first time Jordan said something to him? He said, "What's up, little bitch?"
Yeah,
and that's Jordan,
not Steph.
Steph not doing that.
Steph he'll smoke you like that.
He'll cook you.
He'll do all this.
His play is that.
His play is that. He'll smoke your ass. He's
not gonna talk to you.
He'll wet you up, but he not gonna. Yeah, he not coming at you from a alpha male. Like he don't. Yeah, like what they call toxic masculinity.
Yeah,
he don't represent it. He's not coming from that era. Like he's not from that school. He's not cut from that cloth. He not. He'll spray you, but he's not gonna be like, yeah, what's up, little bitch?
Yeah, he'll hit you with that.
Man, you little bitch. Because if he was, he'd be something. He'd be even worse.
Honestly, if he did that, he'd have a higher seat.
Yeah, like he'd be nasty.
He had to pick his seat situation.
If he might give his personal as Jordan did.
Oh man,
he would average 40 a season. Like he would. He have a season where he averaged 40 points a game, like shooting 50% from, you know what I mean? Like shooting 50 from three. Like it's just something like he'd be nasty, but he not like that. Not cut from that cloth.
Yeah. That's what
I just won, bro.
It's just weird. It was weird. Like I don't even know why. Damn, I love my one of my guys. We talking today. I'm like. Because I had to call him out a couple years ago. If he ever see this, I'm gonna show you love. But I had to call him. Hey, he was saying something. I'm like, "Hey man, you late to the party, bro? You gotta let that go."
Yeah,
hey man, he showed. I'm like, "Hey man, he's showing to now. You saying he's showing you now? Like all that stuff that happened before. This was like last year. I like that. That's what did it. Yeah, he already a 3-time champion, 2-time back-to-back MVP, one scoring title. He had changed the game, but him, that team they had last year getting to the play-in, he
the league damn near was
50-40-90. Like he invented that stat. Like nobody ever said that stat until Steph started doing it. 50-40-90.
Yeah, it's like 40-40 and shit.
Baseball, if you went 40-40,
if you went 40, it's like come on, man. I don't even think they do that shit no more, really.
But even snag it,
yeah, man. Like somebody, because young boy, I remember he said something to me earlier this year, man, and I kind of looked at him like, what? But now the question take on a whole new meaning. He was like, hey, man. I'm like, nah, it was my barber. He younger, you know what I mean? Younger dude. He was like, I don't know, man. I think Steph up there with Jordan. look back like. Now this was even with me. I again, my sleeper pick was always the Warriors this year. But when he said that earlier this year, I was like, fast forward to now. It's only so many dudes with 4 rings with one team. Like he got a for real dynasty though, bro.
100%.
Like even Tim Duncan in his infinite greatness, greatest power forward of all time.
Facts,
hands down. He didn't eat for 3 years though with the Lakers.
Yeah,
Lakers shut him out.
Yeah,
kept him out of the finals for 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey man, it took injuries, a player leaving. Hey man, Steph got back.
He got back.
Steph got back.
And
solidified it with a finals MVP.
And with the shout out to Duncan, but the for real refreshing of that is when like Kawhi and them stepped up. Like it was because then they got one, and then it was
right.
Just,
I didn't even factor that in. You could he got kind of carried a little bit.
They was going. They was
loving the death.
Yeah, they was going out first round. Memphis and them was getting them.
Carried,
yeah, so like even when they won that one against Detroit, after when when they finally beat Detroit, right? Because Lakers were done. Right, Lakers were done. Shaq went to Miami, and then they beat Detroit, and then San Antonio. He was still in his prime, but it was over. Then, like you said, then he went on the kind of the down, and then what's the name? It brought that back, right? Kawhi and him, and the refreshing of the team.
Yeah, man.
He wasn't the dude.
You got a gold medal winner in Mono. You got a Tony Parker came in. Like they had to change a lot. And the Lakers just fell apart. You know what I mean? We fought injuries and just petty shit.
Jackson left. Like there was a lot of things that happened.
A lot of shit happened to us where we just.
And then they got the one more chip.
Yeah. So they fell apart.
Then that was it.
And it's
yeah.
But I'm just saying.
They couldn't compete with Lakers.
They couldn't.
So beyond even just like couldn't win, they couldn't compete with the Lakers.
They wasn't. The
competition was the Kings.
Yeah, exactly. They weren't even our rivals.
Yeah.
At no time was they our rivals ever.
No,
they just
good
wasn't.
Team. Nice regular season matchup.
Yeah.
They could not compete with the Lakers.
They weren't on our level.
That Lakers team, they couldn't compete with them.
Yeah, the Kings.
This right here, Steph and them got back.
Yeah,
they got back.
They got back, and it's not even like. It's not like they made like this. They didn't add anything necessarily. That's like it's like when they got back with KD too, and then went. They got back with They went on a run. What they do? 5 straight finals.
5 straight finals.
Won 3 of them.
Bro, they would have been to 5 straight. They might not have won all 3. We don't know, but they would have went 5 straight without KD. That was a damn good team.
Without KD,
they would have still been.
Maybe they lose another one.
They might have lost another one, but they was going still. They was going. They was. You know what I'm saying?
But they probably was going to come out and get more against the Cavs. You know what I mean? Like they probably would have came out of that 3-2. Like I think maybe they lose next year because they brought back everybody. They brought back Kyrie and Love. Was super healthy. Bron was still Bron. But they won one game against that unstoppable ass KD team. But that next year team, if Kyrie still leaves, the Warriors beat them again.
Yeah.
So you end up 2-2, I guess. But then you go back again next year. If you know what I mean, like if KD, like I agree. I think they
still going to those. Maybe they still going to those. They was gonna come out the West each of those years, right? Like whether result they was gonna be in 5 straight. Now you say it might not have been 3, it might have been 2, right? We don't know, right? And then you got to play the what if game. Like maybe they don't have to worry about. They wasn't dependent on KD, so KD getting hurt, they had another player. It could have been Harrison Barnes. It could have been whomever that would have been in that spot. Because they let Harrison Barnes go so they can they can go get KD, right? Of course, that's an easy trade-off. But they might have had different player in that position who wouldn't have got hurt, that they would have been playing against Toronto, and that might not have happened. I guess a what-if game. But ultimately, they were going to make all those finals.
They was going to make the finals
without KD. KD is what put them at an all-time level of like you say, 4-1 against the team that supposedly had figured the Golden State out, and they had no shot. They had no shot, and no one had a shot.
Here's the scary thing: if you were a protector of Jordan's legacy, like I am, if you a Templar guard, standing at the tomb of Jordan's legacy, you know what I mean, like I am, gatekeeper, you know what I mean, all day. Here's the thing: they're not done. They're not like, you're not looking at them like you knew looking at the Lakers. Even when we won that third championship, I was like,
it was
Kobe was like, when Kobe at the end of the second championship and that three-peat with Shaq was like, hey man, I gotta get back in the gym, bro. Dude's coming for our heads. You know what I mean? I'm paraphrasing, but in more or less, he said, I remember in the interview, bro, he got champagne, you know what I mean, still drizzle, all over him. He holding the trophy. He like, hey man, I gotta get back in the gym. He's like, they're like, what you gonna do this summer? You going to Disney World? But hey man, I gotta get back in the gym, bro.
Yeah.
Man, Shaq eating Big Macs, having kids.
That's
you knew by the time we got to
when
we beat the we swept the Nets.
Yeah, twice, I think.
I remember looking at that like, hey man, we kind of done. Like even then, it was like
it was over.
I hope we make it back next year. I would like to make it back, but by the time we lost that next year, man, Kobe crying and they shaking hands. What was the Spurs, right? Spurs got us. I really wasn't surprised. I knew we was kind of we was kind of done. Yeah. We came back. We went and got Malone and Gary Payton. That was like, all right, well, maybe we can pull this off, you know. But I kind of knew like we wasn't in our prime no more as a dynasty. You know what I mean? Like we hadn't like refreshed ourselves or you know what I mean? We haven't updated enough to where it was like, oh, we can go on another run. Hey man, the Warriors are not done. Like you can't look at this Warrior team and be like, all right, they got a few years left. Hey man, they did this without the big man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Who gets his opportunity in a run? Yeah. Right. I mean, it's kind of like almost like Spurs-esque, right? Except for that Steph and them are still them dudes, right? Steph is still that dude. But it's almost like Spurs-esque. Who gets an opportunity within a run to actually reload? Like almost like my bad, not rebuild.
Rebuild. That's what the word I was looking for.
They rebuilt. Like they were able to get Kuminga, Wiseman, like Poole. They were to go get some talented players through the draft again. That in a couple of years they're gonna be, you know, if they be what they're supposed to be, gonna be franchise players.
That's the new Draymond Green. That's the new you got
Lonely.
But,
like, you know, hopefully with skill.
Wiseman gonna be a problem.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
Like young guys.
They reloaded, bro.
Like top 10 picks.
Iguodala about to go sit down. He done.
It's over.
They not done, bro. Like you and Steph don't have to be the like it's scary, man. You're starting now. You now see like you really starting to say like you said like he knocking on doors, man.
100%.
He knocking on doors, bro. He ain't got that many more doors to knock on.
That line you said about from your barber, that's not far fetched. If you really just like
bro,
step back
from me to getting him, he here and I'm here. Like we. For all the people, a lot closer now.
For all the people that was like, and then if you actually take a step back and oh man, that guy's coming up on, or this guy, like no, the real guy. If you really take the whole in totality, the real guy can knock on that. It's this guy. It's the little light skinned guy.
Yeah,
Curry is the guy that can knock on that. Everything
influence. Like he's never nobody's gonna ever reach the shoe, you know what I mean?
100%.
You're not gonna do that.
And no one will.
But bro, this is his era. He's now like you can't even the whole thing, like before, it was kind of like, well, man, KD got you too, bro. You ain't got no Finals MVPs. He erased that in one night. You can't even factor in the 2 KD chips no more. Like it don't matter no more because he's now done it without KD.
I was gonna bring how important. I think Kobe was the first one to really make that a thing. Like I won one. Well, Shaq had won one without Kobe. Yeah. But what really did is when Kobe won one without Shaq.
Yeah.
Then he won 2 without Shaq. But when he
like
won without Shaq, right? Like that really that took Kobe, like, and anybody that was even on that Kobe hater train that you was like, okay, like eliminated it all. I won without Shaq. It was over, right? And then I got one over Shaq. It was such a big thing if you was older.
Brady did it last,
Like Brady won one without. It's like I think back to like Pippen probably needed that, right?
Ooh, man,
to win one without Mike.
Man, imagine that, bro.
He probably needed to win one.
He damn near did too. He damn near.
They was up. They was up in the fourth quarter.
The Lakers don't exist because that's one of the greatest like teams.
That was a damn good team.
I mean, I ain't gonna say it's one of the greatest teams,
but it was a damn good team for that time.
Yeah, it was a.
They was a problem.
They was a problem.
If it wasn't for the Lakers, they was gonna win the chip.
Bro, they was
up in the
overloaded with talent, bro.
It was up like 15
O'Neal, Rasheed Wallace, like that's embarrassing.
Steve Smith, Bonzi Wells, young Bonzi Wells.
Yeah, Steve Smith, Bonzi Wells, not Amari Stoudemire.
I think Damon
Stoudemire.
It was a damn good team. They were
bro.
loaded. I watched the thing about them. It was showing like how they went from like what they were to what they became.
Yeah.
How they broke down, like, and they never got back to that, like from that moment where they were up 15 in the fourth quarter, and then the downfall from there.
Yeah,
because they were going to the finals. It was over. I remember that. What you remember is him is Kobe throwing that oop to Shaq catching it. But realistically, the
Lakers problems, bro.
They had the Lakers problems. Like that's what people used to be like, hey man, Kobe can't handle Bonzi Wells.
He could.
Bonzi Wells was handling. He was cooking him,
backing him down.
He was a big body
like,
too, man. Like he was a big body.
Kobe, bro. Yeah, he was. Yeah, and like just that version of Kobe at that age, he had no muscle on him yet. Like he just had no shot against. He couldn't guard
Steph did. That's another thing Steph did. He went and got bigger, man.
Yeah, man.
They would say that about brought up, and we're gonna get back to that. But they brought that up about Ja. He should pay attention to Steph, not to have his game, but to go ahead and get strong. Because he plays that game where he like to go to the cup, fall to the ground. First, he got to learn how to fall. Yeah. He's falling all the time. He can instantly get Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to put some size on him, man. Like to be able to take that punishment of if he keep wanting to keep driving to the cup. Because sometimes Steph got to go cup. And then a lot of times what they're doing is they're trying to go at Steph.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They're trying to go at Steph, so you got to have some. They're gonna try to. Tatum was trying to get him, and he couldn't take advantage of him.
He's not a small dude, man.
He's not a small guy.
And he can bang, man. Like
that's what I'm saying.
He can dunk, bro. Like if he wanted to, he could be like, you know what I mean? Like that's just not his game. But if he wanted to, this dude athletic as fuck, man. Like
Steph an athlete, man.
Steph an athlete.
They just don't want to get that up to him. They don't want to get that up to him, man. It's weird that they don't want to. Maybe it's because he light skinned or something.
Bro,
they do not want to give
shit
that
at the
to
All-Star game a few years ago, man, where he just like, I'm like, this dude, bro. If he chose to play that way, that just go to show you, bro. Like this dude got so much. Again, he got so much skill, man. Like that's real. He got so much fucking skill. Hey, man. I'm telling you, you're right, bro. My barber, man, when he said that, I'm looking at that line different now. Like,
no.
Next time I see him, I might have to be like, damn, bro.
If people
closer than I thought, like,
if people honest, man, because his overall impact on the game of all levels of basketball, man.
Who can match that? Like, honestly, how many people can we say? What? Jordan and Magic Johnson and Larry Bird? Who got it more than Steph? Who influenced the game more than Steph in their era? Yeah. And also, on top of that, was the best player in their era.
That's what I'm saying.
It's one thing to like use that dude. Like Larry Bird was that dude, and he played a part in it. He wasn't the best player in the era though.
And Larry didn't influence the game. Like,
he didn't brought the game back. Like, they weren't trying to play like Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry didn't change the game.
a bunch of Larry Birds didn't pop up after Larry Bird.
Yeah.
You never
They
had
tried
a
to find the
white
next
boy
Larry
that can play
Bird.
like Larry Bird since Larry Bird. You got some Europeans.
Yeah, they tried to
Dirk
find the next Larry
Nowitzki
Bird.
and-
Dirk was more influential than Larry Bird was.
Thank you. Dirk was more influential, right? So what are we talking about here? Jordan, Magic Johnson.
Like Magic made it cool just on the street level for big guys to dribble the basketball. You really you start seeing that, and then you had the evolution to the like another person I brought up. I was talking about this earlier today that his ego seemed like it's so stuck in him. He's so sensitive that he can't appreciate that what he brought to the game was Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, man.
Like everybody knew they couldn't beat Jordan, but you could like be Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
He was like the point forward. Like that didn't exist before Scottie Pippen, a big guy who ran the offense.
Yes.
Scottie was that dude that he's so sensitive. Yep. You know, they say he was a jerk. Like if you don't beat your heroes, you might have looked up to Scottie.
Like he the epitome of that. Yeah.
People like that, like they looked up to Scottie. Yeah. They looked up to Scottie, but there's like certain guys that did that. Larry didn't do that. Shout out to Larry Bird, but he didn't do that. That's when I use my thing, like, hey, was you that dude? And what was your impact on the game? I don't think Larry had that. And we could name a lot of guys. I don't think Larry's one of those. Like Tim Duncan. I don't think Tim's one of those guys. I think Tim's great for what he did.
Yeah.
But he's not an influencer. He's not an impact on the game. Like
KG probably is more.
KG was.
Big man who can, and now
but Tim Duncan's damn resume outlasts KG.
Kills
right?
KD's, yeah.
But KG, but Steph
KG
got both.
Yeah, Steph got it all.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to put him in those rooms. Like some people got one or they got the other.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that many people. It's not who's in front of him. Like who are we really talking about over Steph in that?
I think it's
in terms of when we in that totality. Like who? Like we know Jordan, absolute face of the game, face of a generation, influenced the entire generation. You know what I mean? Like, and he was just the alpha male of the alpha of alphas.
It's only one athlete it's only one athlete they can have outside of the super salacious. They can have the documentary that he had. Because people have tried since, and none of them slap. And Jordan, no, let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
What was the shit called? What was that shit called? The Last Dance?
Last Dance, yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. It was an infomercial.
No,
right? It was definitely an infomercial. Definitely. But damn, I watched Brady's. Brady's was damn near a damn motivational video.
Yeah.
Right?
Brady not Jordan though. You know what I mean? Like
he's not Jordan.
He's not Jordan.
You get what I'm saying? Like only Jordan
cool
can
Jordan.
do that.
You're never gonna be as cool as Jordan. You never it only don't slap. Like you said, it don't slap the same way. And even if Steph did one, it wouldn't slap.
It wouldn't do it. It wouldn't do it. They
And
wouldn't.
that's the only dude standing in front of him. You know what I mean?
I think when you put the totality of it, if you use the correct metric, it's Jordan, and then it's Steph.
And it's Steph. That's crazy. Like somebody that he came.
I feel like it is, man.
He's come that close now. Like he's close. Like
I ain't even trying to preach to the choir, man. I really do feel that.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I think you have to look at all that stuff, man. It's like, oh man, he don't have. Hey man, look, I watched Steph ain't gonna have a bunch of. You know how many people get open shots because Steph running around and they have to pay. I watched one. They just showed one the other night. It was just something, and they did a detail on it. And he was like, look, man, just look at this. So they did a screen for Steph. Smart, like he bailed. Then Williams had to follow. Steph kept running. Mm-hmm. So when he came across the baseline, Williams followed him. And then the dude, it was Horford. He saw Steph coming across. He runs at Steph. Looney wide open under the basket. They throw the pass to him. Looney got two. Somebody else threw the pass. That was Steph assist. Like he do that shit all the time, man. That's the reason Draymond can play.
What you think Wiseman gonna do with that?
That's what I'm.
You got Looney in there. You've had Looney in there for years. You got Wiseman, bro. And he like his fourth year now. He about to be a problem when he get healthy. If he get two legs under him.
And Golden State got a nice little track record for getting people all right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Like if you go to Golden State, you go know how to play.
And what's the other dude name? The African dude? Kuminga.
Yeah.
Problem.
He gonna take Draymond's spot.
Yeah, that's Draymond right
that's
there.
That's Draymond's spot.
That's Draymond, bro. Maybe better though. You know what I mean? Yeah, probably
100%.
Absolutely a better player. He might not have a dog that Draymond got in him, but you know what I mean?
That
like
skill set,
they got him in a
with some athleticism. Yeah, he'll be that. But Steph, bro, I totally agree. I think when you put everything into it, it's Jordan, it's Steph. We can talk about the rest.
Yeah, and I never thought I was like at the beginning of this season, I wouldn't have said that. I'd have been like, hey man, it's Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Bron in there somewhere. Hey man, he took it, bro. It's Jordan and it's Steph won, bro. Jordan, you can't. It's hard. Maybe he might never surpass him. Hey man, but he a lot closer than we ever would have imagined 2 years ago.
I can't speak to that era before Jordan.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know if that was maybe it was Bill Russell.
There's nobody.
Maybe it was Wilt.
There's nobody.
I don't know.
Right.
For that time.
Yeah.
I was alive when Jordan. I was of age to be able to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Jordan's era was Jordan. Jordan's era still was going when he wasn't playing.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But like, it's been other people that have come since then. But I think keeping it honest, when you put everything, it's Steph.
It's Steph, bro.
It's
like
Steph.
Steph won, bro. He won, man. For him
and
to
it's
come
not
back
close with the people around him. That's what we gotta look at too. The distance
who next?
between.
Yeah, who's the next? Like, who next after him?
Think about the people that try to cut. There's a lot of other good PGs in the league. And none of them could come. Still to this day, can't come at Steph neck.
Nah.
And sometimes they come at him, and Steph will go ahead and shut them up real quick. And they good players.
Bro, I used to wonder about Ice Trey. So I used to ask, like, hey man, is Trey better? Because I think, because I'm like, all right, when I say that, let me finish that sentence because that sounded. But when I say, like, all right, you saw him in his first year of college.
Yeah.
Young Ice Trey. And he was like, damn, man, he cooking. You know what I mean? And then he came in the league and it was like, man, he cooking. You know what I mean?
Nutmegging pause, people.
Yeah, he nutmegging these, man. Like, he embarrassing people. Got people wanting to fight. Like,
got want to scrap.
Cooking. He not as big as Steph. You know what I mean? He's not like anywhere near Steph like that.
That's underrated. That Steph is like 6'3" and
Steph like 6'3", bro. 6'4".
Got some weight.
And he got some size on him. Like, he's not a small. He's
got
not
a little
small
diesel
guy.
on him. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not crisp. He's not like CP3 out here. He's not young AI. Like he's not that. Like this dude is a legit 1-2. You know what I mean? He can play too if he really wanted to.
Yeah. Just Chris Paul since he's skinny fat.
Yeah, a little stout dude. You know what I mean? But I remember I used to say, like, man, is he better than Steph at this point in his career? All right, man, second year. Is he better than Steph at the second year in this? You know, okay, is he better than Steph? Hey, man, it don't even matter because I don't think he ever gonna reach. You know what I mean? He's never gonna make the jump that Steph made.
No,
I don't
know. No.
I don't think he's ever gonna make the jump where he you know what I mean? Like that's
the beautiful thing for him is he's getting able to do his thing because of Steph. Because they would have never let his style of play.
No.
Right. And the one thing he's going to have that he'll probably different things about Steph is that he always has the ball in his hand. Steph don't always have that thing in his hand. Like, imagine if they just gave it to Steph. It was points in the series where it was like, hey, man, hey, Golden State, I know y'all do this whole screen. And hey, man, sometimes, man, just put the ball in Steph's hand, let him go pick a screen and roll with whomever. Because he cooking every time he do a pick and roll. Like sometimes just do that. Like he scored 43 basically off that shit. Like just let him do it. But they play a different kind of style, right? So like he may ultimately like have a lot of points. But he's not. And I like Ice Trey.
Yeah.
He don't have that kind of like where you just had you can they saw it in the playoffs a couple of times. You can kind of like isolate on him.
Yeah.
Because he got the ball in his hand so much where you just can't do that. Steph running around, man. You got to be in shape to see Steph, man. He like Ray Allen, all of them all in one, man. Like Reggie Miller.
With better handles.
With better handles.
Like Ray Allen had handles, but he didn't
have a handle. He wasn't close.
He wasn't going to break you down and pull up on you.
Steph can he can rip Hamilton it all the way around and get a shot. Excuse me. And then he can also Allen Iverson his way to the cup, right? Like he got all that in his game, man. Just you gotta let that. Hey man, you gotta let it go. I ain't even trying to slurp him like that.
Nah.
Hey man, you gotta let it go, man. He got it all in his bag, man.
Hey man, he won, man.
He got it all in his bag.
That nigga won. Man.
It's like it seems weird because I don't even like to do the comp like it's people I like. I don't even know if they play 1-on-1, he would be, but the thing is, I gotta stop saying that because he probably would. Like if I say he went against Dame Lillard right now, he might cook Dame.
Man, cooking Dame, bro.
You get what I'm saying? They probably play right now. Like it's hard. It's like I might not have said that before because you still have that maybe like what Dame look like that, Kyrie look like that. Man, they might play 1-on-1. Man, Steph might just cook him because they wouldn't be able to guard him. He might not be able to guard, but they really couldn't guard him.
He put the ball in his hand. Like it's just,
and he bigger than both of them.
He's legit bigger than them, dude.
He bigger than both of them. He can just do some physical.
They can't just blow him up. Like they can't just, they can't just back him down. Like you can't. That's the only thing that, and when my barber said that, my thing was, I was like, well, he's never been an elite defender. You know what I mean? Like he's never been a elite defender. He's never won. He's never come close to a defensive player of the year. I'm like, man, Jordan did all that,
and that's why Jordan always goes.
And that's why
I hated the whole Bron thing. And it was like y'all to tell me that. I ain't even trying to shoot at LeBron, but to tell me that, what you really got to be telling me is that Bron is so much better than Jordan offensively. To compensate for the fact that he's not nearly the defender Jordan was.
Yeah, you gotta tell me, right. And that was the comeback was like, well, you gotta for you to ignore that, for you to not factor that in, you gotta tell me he's so much better of a passer. He's so much better of a rebounder.
Yeah.
And he's none of those things. He's not so much better on any of the. He's better.
He's not better, but to be so much better.
So much better. He's not.
Jordan is
so much better of a scorer than. Yeah. Then because I could just come in and be like, well, Jordan was that much better of a free throw shooter. You know what I mean? Like you can go tit for tat if you want to do that.
Yeah,
but you can't tell me that because that's not true. He's not much better than all those.
That's what I've always said, man. Like, man, you can believe what you want to believe, and that's cool. But you to come at me with it. You have to tell me that don't tell me what he did, who, what, when, where, why, with. He took this Cleveland. Hey, man, it was the East at that time, man. It was probably the worst conference in the history of sports. He took that he beat Detroit. Hey, man, they was like the second seed. Let's not act like that was a Herculean effort. Like they were the second seed. It was Detroit only had 48 wins. Yeah, let's not act like 48 wins wouldn't even get you in the playoffs now.
They didn't
let
have
alone
the MVP
win a
conference for them. Like they barely. I mean, they made it.
I was telling like let's not act like it was just like this like David versus Goliath thing. They were the 2 seed. Detroit was 1. Detroit had 48 wins, and they were the 1 seed out the East. Stop it. Yeah. So don't use that as your argument, right? So like don't use that as a thing against Jordan. Look at what he did with the. Hey, cut it out. Let's stop that. Like, if you have other things, just make that point. Like, if you really feel like he's that much better offensively, to each his own. I don't.
No.
Teach his own. And that's the thing with Steph. Like you got to tell me what they're doing. Or my bad about Jordan is like to somebody to pass him and it's cool, but you got to be like you got to take all that in. Like Jordan was an incredible, was all league defender every year, right? Defensive player of the year. Like it's 2 sides to it when it comes to it's 2 sides. Yeah, we saw no disrespect, but like not to put him on that pedestal, but like we saw what Wiggins was doing with Tatum. Like he was getting his on one end, and then he was giving Tatum problems on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It just was a fact. Like you got to play 2 sides of the ball, right? You have to have all that. Like you can't just be. No, you can't just be none of it. Like they was going after Luka. I love Luka, man. Golden State was going after him, right? Like okay, whoever you guard.
That's one thing about Luka is I don't think
get it together. Position you play, you're gonna have to get it together.
Yeah, I like Luka, man, but I'm looking at his upside, man. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't think he ever gonna be an elite defender.
No.
And I just don't know, man. My thing about him is just durability, man. Like I don't see him playing like long term. I hope he do. You know what I mean? I hope he stay healthy,
because he's that dude. But in today's sports world, that's one thing I did like about the Last Dance, and I just watched the Grant Hill interview. One thing I did, so I don't like to overemphasize because people brag about their workout regimen and all this and all that. Yeah. And like, if you can hoop, you can hoop. If you can play sports, you can play sports.
Yeah.
But in today's world, if you're gonna be that dude, you have to have some physicality to your game.
Yeah.
You have to have it, like, because there's only so long you can go without the physicality. One, you're gonna get hurt, right?
Yeah.
You're just gonna get hurt. And
long, you know.
Yeah. You make all the money, so it ain't like a lot of other big time guys they can have. Like, you got to bear the weight of that. So you have to be strong and physically in shape. And at some point in time, Luka gonna have to get to that. You have to get to the point where his body equals.
He just look like a big dude, man. He don't look like a durable.
Like, he getting in shape during the season, and that's how you get hurt.
Nah.
You don't have this stamina. Like, you got to go against Golden State. You got to go against You're gonna have to go against a younger Golden State these next couple of years. They could easily in 3 years, two years replace Clay. You know what I'm saying? Have somebody his spot.
Yeah, they
like, he may not ever be what he was.
Replacing Clay.
Yeah, he may not ever be what he was. This may be what because he just had 2 years of that leg. He may not ever be what he was. This may be what
he is going to be what he. I don't think
you get what I'm saying.
This
may be. Oh, Clay going to be this is what he is. He's going to be coming off the bench in a minute.
Yeah, he's gonna be an excellent weapon off the bench. Who probably gonna have to restructure his contract at some point. Like,
he's when this shit up, he gonna get like a bench deal. He ain't gonna get no other.
He's gonna be smoking you off the bench, but he's not gonna be. This idea where he was he's still a pillar of the franchise, but
he wasn't the missing piece.
Yeah,
they made it out to be when he was coming. Oh, when they get Clay back, it was good to have him back, but he wasn't when we get Clay back, they actually
Wiggins and Jordan
Wiggins to step up. And, like, if they gonna have who they gotta pay for they gotta pay Wiggins and not Clay. If they want to pay one of them, that's just business, man. Like,
because Wiggins official, bro. Wiggins is a problem. Like, Wiggins is Iguodala on steroids, basically.
That's what I'm saying.
Wiggins can score, and
what Harrison Barnes was supposed to be.
Yeah,
Harrison Barnes was supposed to be. Right, like, he was gonna step into this, and he just never. He was a good player, but he just never stepped to that for what Golden State need. And then they got two other horses, like you say. Then they got Jordan Poole, and then they get
you're gonna get more. Like, that's what I'm saying. They got such of a system. You're gonna get another Poole. Like, you can get another Poole, bro.
You can get another Poole.
Like, Poole wasn't the first. He wasn't the third overall pick.
No.
Like, Poole, what is he like? He was like a late first round pick.
I'd be shocked. I always thought he was second. Like, that was dude at Michigan to hit that shot, but he might have been first.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
First. But like you said, they had him, and they could get him again.
You can hide niggas like him on a team like that. You know what I mean? Like, he don't have to be the man.
No,
but he just like you said, you got stuff running around. Hey, man, Poole just out there like. I'm hooping. Like, he was hooping, bro. He was hooping.
They can start Poole next year, and bring Clay off the bench.
Clay can come on the bench.
All Stu Poole, like, work on this game and all, get a little stronger because he got to get a little stronger too.
Yeah,
and he come back the next year.
Kind of a, you know what I mean? Yeah,
you guys have to have a physicality in your game. Like, it ain't a physical game now, right? Yeah. But you have to have that because it's like, and it's weird about the NBA. It's like their postseason is so dramatically different than the regular season.
Yeah,
right. Like, all that other shit people was doing, extra flop, that shit worked up until April. And then in this thing, you get away with it. And then you playing closer games. Like, you have to be in shape. That's just the world we live in sports. There's no excuses to it, right? But they could start Poole and sit down Clay. And that was my point getting back to Luka. To be able to take on this Golden State team, and there might be more other teams. Hell, Kawhi and them can come back and actually play a whole season, right? Him and Paul George. You got to be stronger, man. Jokic gonna have to, like, he lost some weight, but he gonna have to get stronger to be able to go through the gauntlet to make it to.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? To make it too. Like, you got to have the physicality to be able to take it through there.
It take a lot.
Ja gonna have to get
that was my.
You don't have to like be able to lift 500 pounds.
Nah, but you gotta be
strong. You gotta be strong. Man. Yeah, you got to be able to make it.
I'm looking at Luke, and I always looked at him like he don't look like a durable dude, man. He looked like a dude who just like what is he's surviving right now. I feel like on youth alone.
Facts.
He don't like, all right, so he don't look like a dude. Like I'm trying to make a compare him to somebody. But you just look at him like, all right, man. What is he like 24 or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, yeah, he out there because he's 24.
Yeah.
Do I think he gonna be like this at Steph 34?
Steph 34.
He look great. You know what I mean?
He look great.
He looked very athletic still. He looked like he still got a lot. He got some years left.
The way he play, he has to hopefully because what he does separates him, right? Like he lose any of that, like he still can shoot, so he'll still be able to play. But like Steph will be off somebody's bench. He got to be in tip top condition.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You look at a dude like Luka. Hey man, you ain't the greatest shooter in the world. You're not the fastest dude in the world.
The quickest dude.
He hooping. Don't get me wrong. He obviously he's very skilled, but it's like you get one injury, bro. All it takes is like one injury, like where you miss us, like you know what I mean. Like you just said it. Clay not the same dude. Never gonna be the same. He's never gonna be the same guy. Like he's not gonna be that guy from 3 years ago who dunked and blew his knee out. Like the guy before that, where it was whispers of like, hey man, they say his jumper might be better than Steph.
It might be better than
Steph. Like, remember that shit?
He might not even be the best shooter. There's people on the team saying he's not even the best shooter on the team.
They should throw that out there.
Per my sources.
I mean, but look, Clay might be shit. Really, realistically, Clay the better shooter. You know what I mean?
Steph distanced that shit, didn't he?
Hey man, Steph.
No, I know what's name got hurt, but he distanced that shit though.
Yeah, that's all.
But that was a thing. That was a thing. You're right.
So, but that time is over, and it was like this whole thing about like, oh man, and Clay one of the best defenders. You know what I mean? Even though he never made he made like one all defensive team. But point I'm making is, like you gotta have something other than just you 24, and you gotta step back. That's cool. He hooping right now. Don't get it twisted. He hooping. He up there, man. He wanted to man. I don't know if anybody's had like a first 4 years like Luka, bro. Like,
no.
Luka came in and day one was one of the top 10 players in the league, like one of the top 10, maybe top 5.
He told him this was easier than the European League.
That's
easier to get 30 in this league than the European League. Yeah, he was doing it
because he wasn't getting 30 in the he wasn't balling like this in the European League.
No.
He's smoking the NBA right now.
Yeah, he's
smoking everybody. He killing people. So I'm just wondering though, man, is he gonna be able to make it? Like, is he? I hope he do, man. I hope
Luka the type. Like this year was bad for him in the beginning because he came in like 30-40 pounds.
Yeah,
and mind you, he played in the Olympics.
Look how that worked out for Harden.
And he still came in that much overweight. Like Luka having a good time, and God bless him. But yeah, at some point in time, you're gonna have to get because like beyond just being like you got to be physically fit. It's the perfect way to be an athlete. Like nah, man, because at some point in time you're gonna come in and you're gonna be now you're gonna be hurt. You're gonna be pulling all that soft tissue stuff because you're not in shape.
Yeah,
because you can just kind of like you can't keep that going. You're gonna have
joints is all messed up because you're constantly lugging around weight.
At some point in time, you're gonna have to be. Look at Harden. You're going to the cup, and you're going to the cup, and it hurt, and you can't get around. Like Harden can't get around nobody.
Can't get around nobody, man. It's
him and Steph the same draft.
Yeah,
he looked much older than Steph.
Yes, he does.
He looked much.
Got a few more stains on the. You know what I mean? He got hoagie juice stains on the grease stains on the jersey, bro. Like he that guy, man. He look very slow.
You know that strip club fool. You know that shit. Like that shit is not. It's not keto. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's not good. Yeah, that shit.
It's not keto. That shit got everything.
That shit feel different when you're 34, bro. That pepper wing combo.
The fries, incredible. Blue cheese and some ranch dip.
Ooh, it's good.
It probably slap, but like
a little bit harder to get up. You know what I mean? Next day,
you got you got to make shoot around.
Hard to get through 70 games.
It's just not the same. So like, you look at those guys. Shout out to Steph, man, because shout out to Steph, man. Like, who would have thought that when he was having those ankle things, and even when he started coming on the scene, that it was really gonna turn into this?
Hey man, Steph won, bro.
Hey, and he box office. Like you're gonna have to watch.
You gotta
like
see it.
You gotta see it, man. Like there ain't a lot of guys that you gotta see. Like it's some guys that I really, really like, but like Steph on, man, at the still, and it's like, okay, let's see what they about to do. And I'm with you, man. I feel like this ain't it for them.
Yeah,
I feel like this is just fair. I think this is part 2.
Yeah, I'm looking at this run, and I'm like, nah, I think like you said, I think it's part 2. I think they getting started on something new. Like when I picked them, I saw them when I saw the draft. The draft is why they was my sleeper pick. I was like, I saw the draft and was like, damn, y'all got Kuminga, and they got somebody else too.
They got somebody else. I can't.
They got somebody else. They got somebody else, bro. I could have swore it was like somebody that looked like they could take Clay's spot in the future. I gotta look up the draft. But when I saw that draft, I was like, man, are they about to go in the second round? I'm like, damn. I was like, Steph led the league in scoring. He ain't done. He led the league in scoring. Like, win or lose, that's hard to do. And I'm like, Clay finally coming back. Draymond ain't done yet.
Oh, Moses Moody.
It ain't like they ever depended on him for like to score 30. You know what I mean? Like he 1-1-1 guy. You know what I mean? Like he triple single guy. Then and I'm like,
100%. Yeah. They got Moses Moody though in that draft.
Moses Moody, bro.
They ain't even really get to play. I think
he might really get to play.
He probably getting his development game because they do a good job of that.
Yep.
When he get to play, and he was the 14th pick, like you say, he wasn't like a second round, like that was a 14. That's damn near. That's damn near lottery. 13 is lottery.
I forgot that name.
13 is lottery.
That's the one name Kendrick. Moses. Dang.
Yeah, I think I'm not you, man. I think they just gonna be on a. I just think this is part 2. I think this is really part 2, right? Like you said, they get Kuminga, they get him 7-1 wingspan, and like. When they let Kuminga play, there was people like they were like, "Hey man, why y'all not let Kuminga play now?" Like when Draymond was like he was struggling, like when you go from 8 points to 6 points, you struggling, I guess. And it was like Kuminga should be getting some clock, but yeah, he gonna take that spot. Triple single.
Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. The dude's gonna be a problem, man. Moses Moody, and Moses Moody, like he got like a wingspan on him. I think
they said 7-1.
That's what I'm saying. You got him. You got Kuminga.
Wingspan.
Hey man,
like you say, guard. That's literally your boy's spot.
They can be a problem, man. Golden State, I think they gonna be in the finals again next year, man.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they're not.
Now, they gonna have, it's not gonna be as easy, obviously.
Or let me say, not in the mix. If they're not in the mix,
they're gonna be in the mix. Yeah.
I'd be shocked if they're not in the mix.
Barring injuries, they should be really in the mix. But you still gonna have to deal with the Grizzlies coming. You know what I mean?
Grizzlies coming. No,
Grizzlies really there already. They're like on your doors. They're on their doorstep. Like they caught a couple injuries this year, and it really cost them. But the Grizzlies right there, and they're a problem. Like I was just watching the Grizzlies, bro, and the reason I picked the Warriors right away, like they're gonna beat the Grizzlies. But I'm like, man, the Grizzlies don't quite know how good they are. Mm-hmm. I feel like they playing with house money, but they like really good.
They can do it.
They can beat you, but they don't really know what they, you know what I mean? Like they know they good, but they just, I don't know. They kind of like.
And you can see that when they were playing Minnesota.
Yeah,
like y'all should go ahead and get these dudes up out of here. Like, I should
but
get
they
on
playing with them.
Yeah, they didn't really know. Like, they were doing stupid stuff, or sometimes like Jared Jackson to just foul out for no reason. Like, come on, man, what are you doing, man? Like, you got 4 fouls. What are you reaching for? Like stuff that they would do silly stuff like that.
They don't got a killer instinct yet. Yeah. They'll get one because that's like Ja. That's his destiny. Like he gonna be a killer.
He's that, yeah, definitely.
But he was he on Twitter and he's saying all this like bro, you gotta play, bro. You gotta come out and you gotta do it. Like you gotta actually execute, bro. You can't y'all not just showing up. Y'all not just gonna show up and beat the Warriors. Warriors been here, man. They killed them on experience. That's why I was like, the Warriors got this on experience. But
yeah, you're not gonna shake the Warriors up like oh, we got one. We even if you win by a lot, they won one game with like 50. But it's like you're not at the point where the Warriors are. And that's the thing about you look at Boston, it's like, oh, they young, but like, hey man, they might not make it back.
Nah, the window's closed.
You gotta get that shit, man.
Yeah, you
might not get back. You still
gotta get it. Ain't no next year. Ain't no next year not guaranteed.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Injuries happen,
shit, man.
Hey man, 2 years
Free
ago,
agency is real.
Yes, 2 years ago, y'all had old boy was coaching. Now he in the front office.
Shit changed, man.
Shit changed, man. Windows closed quick.
There ain't no guarantee that like, oh, you can. But then he was like, oh, they just do this. Like, nah, bro, you have an opportunity. You gotta take that shit, man. Ain't no time for being like, oh, we figured. Like, no, you gotta go take that shit, man, because you might not be back, man. This shit ain't guaranteed, bro.
And it's like when we talk about ups, you only got so much upside too. You look at Boston, they like this is the roof. Y'all ain't got that much love. It ain't like we looking at Boston and we like, well, they just gotta learn how to do this. And man, they just can get this. They can just get a shooter. Man, nah, man, y'all had a good ass team. It ain't no reason.
This was it.
Yeah, like y'all ain't. It ain't really no reason y'all should have lost in 6 games. Y'all should at least lost in 7.
Yeah, like
y'all ain't have to
Tatum
lose
had
in
like
6 games.
12 points yesterday. Like ain't no like yeah, he can become a better player, but that don't guarantee that. Oh, okay, we just do 1, 2, 3. Like, nah, man, y'all got Giannis on. Y'all get Giannis waiting.
Yeah,
he was missing Middleton.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Giannis there.
Right,
Giannis a guy there.
Yeah.
So you got to take
Giannis is coming back with Middleton and probably some other people too.
Like you ain't Giannis, the only one. Like
barely got past him. Like
that's what I'm saying.
You don't just get this whole thing about all right, man. Well, our time is coming. No, your time was right now. It was this year. And when you got over the hump. That is the 2 MVP, 2 defensive player of the year, best player in the league. Yeah. Giannis. You had to get over a hump, bro.
Yeah.
That don't happen a lot. No. Nobody got over Bron when he was in the East.
Facts.
Nobody got over him.
No.
Like it was no point where DeMar DeRozan got over Bron and was like, all right, we in the finals now. No. They couldn't get past him. They dominated the East for 10 years. Giannis is kind of like that guy now. Like you caught a break. He lost one of his 3 best players.
Yeah.
He lost Middleton. You haven't figured something out against Giannis. Like you haven't necessarily figured out like, oh, no, we know how to beat Giannis now.
Yeah,
no,
this ain't Bulls finally beating Detroit, and now you can never beat it again.
Bro, you might have.
You have to take advantage. Like Toronto won, and they took advantage of that time because it was over after that, and they could never like even. Oh no, like they had that one opportunity, and they took it, and they won.
They got it.
They ain't got to apologize to nobody for it, right?
That banner is up.
Like you gotta, if you there, you got to show up, and they didn't show up.
Nah, man,
they didn't show up.
Like
and they
that,
guarantee,
bro.
like when they just like you can see a young like. Memphis, a young team on the rise. Man, Boston ain't a young team on the rise. They've been around. Like they at the point where people got to get paid.
Yeah,
right.
Now
like people got to
pay guys.
Now somebody got to pay
Jaylen Brown, man.
Yeah. Somebody got to get a super max. Yeah. I was just talking to somebody earlier, and it was like, "Hey, man, they paid Jaylen Brown once, but in a minute he gonna be up for the super max. Like both of them can't get a super max.
No, they can't.
One of them got to go.
And even if you don't like. Even now,
one of them probably wanted a minute.
You got to get rid of one of them.
It's gonna be Brown. Brown gone. They're gonna be Tatum. So let's just
Brown. No, it's gonna be him.
Brown gone, but you have to make changes in it, man. You probably a year away from you got this next year and next offseason. You have to make a decision. Like, do I let him walk for free, or do I try to trade him and get something back? Do I go try to get a Bradley Beal or something?
Yeah,
do I have to make moves?
You gotta make a drastic move now.
You gotta make a move.
Yeah, you got and it's probably Jaylen Brown. Like I think, hey man, this is no knock against him, man. Hey, great player, especially considering how he came in the league. You know what I mean? In the first few years, you didn't know, like, I don't know.
Yeah, he had like 25 in his bag.
Yeah, I didn't know that. He, in my opinion, he's overachieved. Yeah. Okay, but I think it's the best you're gonna get out of him. Yeah. Tatum looked like he can be like one of the top 3 players in the league.
Yes.
He's staying. He's not going nowhere, man. But you gotta, like you said, you might have to go get a Bill, man. You might, because Bill better than Brown.
Yes.
And he don't have a similar game as Tatum. Like two different players. Whereas Jaylen Brown and Tatum are like the almost similar players. You know what I mean? So it's like they more similar, I should say. So yeah, you might have to go get a Bill, man. Somebody who established already, who just
you have to make moves. Like you say, you can't walk back with this. You got to make some kind of moves. Like you might have to do something about Smart versus somebody brought up like they need to go get a for real point guard. Like I don't think it's that many in the league anymore. I think they kind of outlawed like that point guard.
Yeah,
you got to be a guy who could put the ball in the basket at that position. Like really, it's going to be
you got to be hooping.
It's got to be like Tatum going to have to step his game up to the point where he could become a playmaker.
Yeah.
Right. Like where he can make decisions. He has to like a high basketball IQ. Like you can't just go get a point guard and put him on the court anymore. Like you got to have a guy who can go get buckets. Like that's just what it is. Right. Like you don't have those floor generals anymore. Right.
Nah, that shit is over. Yeah. Well, they're not going to let you do that.
Yeah.
You're not going to.
Not getting no more CP3s, man. Them days is over. And he can halfway score too. Like he could put the ball, but you're not getting those kind of guys. Like a CP3 might go low in the draft now. Because he don't score like another point guard, like a Trae Young that's coming in.
And a floor general who don't really got an above the rim game.
Yeah.
You're not going high in the draft. They gotta find you, B. They gotta get you at the end of the draft, and then you gotta work your way up. They're not gonna draft you high.
No. They're looking for the Lucas. They're looking for 6'7", but you can also handle the ball. Like
that many point guards left. Yeah,
there's no point guards.
Ain't no point guards.
Like I don't know. That's what I was like. I don't know. It's cool to say, but I don't think there's a point guard they can go get. They go in this window, right? Like to replace Smart. Like it's probably going to have to be Tatum being able to be a playmaker. That's their next because they you could tell they didn't have that. But yeah, like no, you have to take advantage of those opportunities. Like Memphis come back next year, they got to take advantage of that opportunity. They're going to have to put the foot on their neck of somebody and really be. They was already 2 in the West, right? Yeah. Like hopefully damn if we could have played Phoenix instead of playing the Sun or maybe Golden State. You know, like if we could have we probably could have avoided and maybe somebody else took Golden State out. I don't know if that would have happened this year. It just seemed like once they got into the playoffs, Golden State was coming out the West. Right?
Yeah, they was a problem, bro. They was just deep this year, man, and they was just hooping, bro.
Yeah.
Once Clay came back and he was like, even though I agree with you, like Clay wasn't. This whole missing piece thing with Clay. No, he helped, but
he was a good player that came back.
Yeah, he was a good player, but it's like, man, they got they shit back, man. You know what I mean?
Can't never have too many good players, right?
Yeah, they was deep as hell, man.
Like, and about that time, Poole was still cooking.
That's what I'm saying.
Like he cooled off closer to the end, but he was still cooking at that time. He was starting all the time. He was getting a lot of minutes. Because remember, even the beginning of the playoffs, Steph was out.
Yeah.
Remember that? Poole was cooking.
Hey, man, the Warriors a problem, man. That's what it's gonna be, man. Steph gonna fuck around and miss a lot of games, bro, over the next 2 years. Like,
man, Steph might get like low management. The next couple of years.
And you got Kuminga out there balling. You know what I mean? You got a Wiseman out there fucking leading the league in blocks and rebounds and shit. Like, he one of the best big men in the. You know what I mean? That dude gonna be a problem. If Wiseman come back 2 legs under him, he gonna be a problem, man. He too.
Maybe little take time, the work they giving him.
He gonna be a problem, bro. You know what I mean? So, if Moody ain't got anything in him, they gonna be a problem, man. They gonna sit Clay. They gonna sit Clay and step down a few games. And they gonna be a problem, man.
Hey, man, look what they did. Like all the Heat. No, that's easy to say because he was the number 1 pick in the draft. Like he was the number 1 pick in the draft. Wiggins. So look what
Wiggins was, bro.
He was the number 1 pick in the draft. So obviously he came in with a lot of talent to be the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, he didn't get that for no reason. He was in a terrible system and a terrible team.
Yeah, that's what you know. Some franchises don't have their shit together. Right?
Yeah, man.
They just throwing guys out there. They don't have a plan. They don't have a plan in place.
Nah, man.
You see the NFL with quarterbacks. Like you bring a quarterback, y'all don't have a plan in place to help out your young quarterback, right? Like so, some people go above the plan. Like I'm just so good that regardless of what y'all doing, I'm actually gonna change the way y'all think and make y'all better. Like Burrow might have made the Bengals into get their shit together.
Yeah.
So now they probably got, okay, this is what it looked like.
Yeah.
Our coaching just got better. Our conditioning probably got better. We probably really running our super franchise because he showed you like this. Okay, this is what it looked like.
Yep.
I see the vision now, where you probably didn't see the vision before. So I actually believe the Bengals see the vision now.
Yeah,
I believe they see the vision now. Like where
window.
Some people don't know how to do when they get something they can't even can't see the vision.
They so dysfunctional, man. And like the Timberwolves, bro. Yeah, they had no plan for Wiggins. They threw him out there. It just never, He couldn't get any consistency with them, man. He go Golden State. Second year with Golden State, man. He won a championship. And he in the 7th year, man.
Yeah, he ain't no new dude.
Like he might look around and hoop, man. He might be like that guy, man. You know what I mean? He might be something. He kind of like,
I mean, a couple times when they put the ball in his hands, man.
Yeah, man.
Like was it game 5?
Yeah.
Because Steph didn't hit a 3. Steph was like 15 points, man. Wiggins was cooking. They put the ball in his hands.
Yo,
like Tatum couldn't check.
That was that was game. Yeah, the game like before this last
16.
Had,
Think about that, like 24 and 16.
Yeah,
you might have had that
and 13 rebounds, man. He that guy, man. Dude, athletic as hell, 13. Bro. He get at you, man. 26 and 13 points, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Steals, he had like 2 blocks. Yeah, man. Wiggins a problem. Wiggins can be a problem, man. Wiggins can be a problem, bro. And here we go with Clay. Hey, man, Wiggins might be the second best player on the team. I mean,
Wiggins was the second best player.
He was the second best player on the team. He is the second best player on the team.
Actually, like the kind of the slide in his season was when Clay came back because they were trying to get Clay acclimated. Because because what's his name? He made the All-Star game. Like he held him to, he was getting busy in the beginning. Wiggins, he was getting busy in the beginning of the season. Then like he kind of slid off when they was trying to bring Clay back. Man, they mess around him, man. You see it like, hey, man, hey Clay, I love you, bro. You got to come off this pond. Iguodala had to do it. Everybody had to do it. You might have to come off the pond in a minute.
Hey man,
so we can have you ready for the postseason. Like we gotta play Poole and we gotta play Wiggins. And then when it comes to contracts, I think next year is Wiggins' last year on this deal. He got to get paid again.
He going to have to get paid, man. They going to have to figure something out, man. You ain't gonna be able to keep
everybody.
We got
a 25, 26, 27-year-old dude. Mm-hmm. And then we got 34, 32, 33-year-old Clay. He might be like 34 at that time.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Okay, cool. Yeah, you going to have to – we know what we doing. We love you, but you're going to have to come off the pond and take a lesser deal this year.
This time. Clay not getting look, man. Wiggins had 16 before the 26 and 13. He had 16 rebounds the game before that.
Yeah, 16 boards, man.
He getting boards, man. Like this dude, and he can defend. This dude, like best defender on the team.
He's what you want now. To what they call him, a two-way player. They make up the names and shit. He's the two-way player, man.
Problem, man. Yeah.
Like I think they're gonna be. I think that's why you gotta take advantage of the times when you have an opportunity. No matter who it is, no matter if it's your first time, hey man, because like people like Golden State gonna be around. Then think about the West. Oh, I don't root for them at all, but hell, they might have the Clippers come back with, like I say, with Kawhi if they play the whole season. I mean, that's a big if. Him and Phoenix might resign. They come back and they choked on themselves, but they was a problem the whole year. But they had to go through. That's how strong the gauntlet is. That they couldn't even make it to the Western Conference Finals. That's how strong the gauntlet is. So when you have an opportunity, like somebody like Boston, when they got through, you have to close the deal. If you somebody like next year, like Memphis, hey man, you can't be messing up. You can't be playing with your whole food, man. Finish your breakfast.
Nah, bro. Finish your breakfast,
man.
Finish your breakfast. Don't play around. Y'all ain't even. Why would you even think that you can do that? You the year before this, you was a
playing.
You was a playing.
Yeah, don't play with.
And the year before that, you was just using a garbage folder. B like you're not. You the Timber like y'all the Memphis Grizzlies, man.
Yeah,
y'all need to be hungry. I didn't see the hunt like, you know what I mean? Like they wasn't dominated by hunger. It was more like, oh yeah, look at us now. We at the big kids table now. Like
we're satisfied.
Hey man, you gotta be hungry up here, man. Y'all gotta be hungry. Y'all younger than these dudes. Y'all gotta be hungry, man. Y'all gotta be at these dudes' neck. And y'all should have killed the Timberwolves. Y'all should have slaughtered them.
Yeah, they should beat
they
them
wasn't on your level.
4-0-4-1, gentleman sweep.
Yeah, when I saw that shit, I was like, hold on. Wait a minute, this series still going on? I was like, y'all ain't gonna beat the Warriors like this. Yeah, even with the Warriors, like y'all talking like like on some like it's gonna be all right. No, it ain't gonna be all right. It's the Warriors.
No, that's the go to bed early team. Like you go to bed early,
Yeah.
drink your water, you good, you
Yeah.
hydrated, so you ready. You ain't doing nothing but watching film, and you making sure you getting your proper rest. It ain't even time. It ain't even time to talk. Like no, and they probably could have really for real gave Golden State problems. They were physical.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they were but like Jared J doing, like I said, he kept doing silly stuff. Brooks was, he was wilding, like not that he that dude anyway, but like, he was extra wild. You get what I'm saying? Like he was extra wilding.
Yeah, Brooks be out there.
It was just unnecessary. Like, man, calm down, man. Like, just get your shit together. And then like you said, you have a coach you don't even know probably at that point in time. Like, okay, how we going? I'm gonna get my team back. How I'm gonna reel these dudes back? He can never reel them back in.
Couldn't do it, man.
He couldn't reel them back in. So you got to take advantage because I don't think.
It ain't guaranteed, man. The West is tough. Like you said, Phoenix was just them dudes. Like they was in the finals, came back, had the best regular season record, and then got smacked. Choked out.
Yeah, took it out.
Luka.
Yeah.
And then Luka went up in there against the Warriors and ain't do shit.
Yeah.
He couldn't survive. Bro, the West is tough.
You didn't
even make it that far. Like you didn't even get to where Luka was at.
And then like
if you
you didn't even make it to that point. And then
you want to
add to the fact that imagine this that AD freaking plays 75 games.
That's what I'm saying.
You still got that element too.
Different team. Yeah, that's
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He plays
totally different Lakers team.
It's a
totally
different Laker team.
That's a totally different situation, bro.
They one of those teams. If he can play 75 and play the playoffs, they become one of those. Right?
Yeah,
they a championship. They're a championship contender. Yeah. If he can play 75 and like, oh, the Lakers is like they be looking like the Yankees look right now. Like, oh, they got their guys back, and they for real got their guys back.
Yeah,
that's always the big if, and it's definitely the big if when it comes to AD.
Hey, man.
He plays 70 games and he's healthy for the playoffs.
You one healthy season away from AD being right, like 1, 2, 3 seed in the West.
That's what I'm saying. With ease,
giving people problems with LeBron.
With ease,
you can't play with this, man. You can't sit up there, you the Grizzlies, and just think like, "Oh no, we'll be man."
Hey man, finish your breakfast,
man. We'll be back next year, man. Nah, man, y'all window might not ever be open.
That might have been it.
AD, hey man, Bron might retire, man. You never know. Look, listen, Bron might walk away. He might go to another team, whatever he gonna do. Hey man, if AD come in there and get healthy, and they add another player,
yeah, which they more than likely would.
They will, yeah. Eventually, like eventually, something gotta shake with that. Eventually, whether it's Bron and AD, Westbrook, AD, something gonna shake with that. AD plays 75 games. Things look different. You up here playing with your food.
He only missing games if he doing because of load management. He ain't missing because he got like a sprain.
Yeah.
He just load management, making sure he gets 65 to 75 games, and he looking like AD.
Man, finish your breakfast. Because if you don't, hey, bro.
Hey, Denver probably don't make the playoffs. They in the playing game. Like everybody drop down a little notch, and now you in the playing game.
Yeah.
You bring AD and them back. You bring Kawhi and them back. It's like, hey man, you was here, now you in the playing game, bro. It got real.
You weren't as good as you thought you was.
Hey man, Utah was like 1 seed a couple years ago, man. Hey man, finish your breakfast, man. Stop playing with your food. Because it's over.
Food, man.
Now it's over. You had your opportunity, man, because you might call you a Giant was sleeping. Golden State was down.
Yeah.
Go get it, man, while they down.
You done gave them a whole new life.
Yeah, they was down for 2 years.
Because now they looking at it like, shit, we can win another 2 or 3.
And they know what it's like when people hunting. They know when people are hunting for them, so it ain't gonna shake them up. Like they come back this offseason. They ain't about to sit right now and be like, okay, we won. Hey, we good. Let's, you know what I'm saying? They already scouting rosters. They already doing this and doing that.
They keen as fuck, man.
They like ready. They ain't scared about the luxury tax.
They make big moves. They went out there, bro. Man, listen. This franchise, this front office right here in Golden State, them dudes do shit like go out and get AD, man. Not AD. They go out and get KD.
Go get KD.
After they lost to Bron, after Bron came back 3-1. They didn't have to do that. They just was like, hey, man, we don't even want it to be a question no more, man. Give me KD.
After they had to come back and beat KD.
After they had to, it was like, you know what? Give me KD.
Just go get this guy.
Give me the best player in the league. You can't get LeBron. Can't really get LeBron because we just lost to him.
Yeah.
Hey, man, give us the guy we almost lost to.
Let's go get KD and let's go do this.
Let's at least make him an offer. He's just crazy enough he had to be the other end of it. He crazy enough to fucking take it. They went 2, 3. They go to 3 finals with that dude.
Yeah.
Every year he's there, they go to the finals. Like, you can't. This Golden State team, you can't play around with them, man. No. You had a chance to get them out of the way this year. They gonna keep coming back. They gonna keep yapping at you. You know, they always gonna make these moves like this. They don't, like you said, they don't care about the luxury tax. Hey, man, they might get Bradley Beal this year, bro. They'll fuck around and
like that.
Yeah, fuck around and let Poole go or whatever.
Thanks, Clay.
Yeah, hey, Clay. It's been real, bro.
Thanks, man.
I hope you like Washington.
You go to DC.
They'll do it.
Chocolate City, but this is where it's at.
You get Bradley Beal in that.
That's what I'm saying. It could happen.
It's over, man. Like it ain't now. Nobody eats. Not only you're not gonna eat. You can't beat them now. Now, because you didn't do anything. You don't have any. You can't. Y'all got to be hungry.
Yeah, there's not even
be more hungry than them. Y'all not gonna beat them in the front office. Your front office is not gonna be able to compete. You can't beat them in the luxury tax. You got to be more hungry, man. And then going out there thinking like you had the audacity to play with your food.
Yeah.
And then you had the audacity to be 1-1 with the Warriors and be like, yeah, man, we good, man. We ain't panicking, you know. We good. You know. You might not ever see this shit again.
Yeah, because you might have to go against someone else. You could be like focusing on like Golden State, and then you probably got to play Lakers in the first round or the second round,
man.
Or you got to play Clippers, or you got to play. You know what I'm saying? Like you might not get to the Golden State Warriors.
Happens all the time.
And then all the people got to. Then they got to go see the final boss. They got to beat each other to go see the final boss. Because we forget, like even at that time when the Golden State didn't play with their fool, it was teams like the Clippers and all of them that was up next with Chris Paul and Lob City. Like they was up next.
No.
Golden State was like, remember San Antonio was still good. Like,
yeah, bro. I was saying
Thunder. They were saying when Bron went back to Cleveland and to get with Kyrie, and then he went and traded for Kevin Love, that they was going for San Antonio because he was like, I'm in Miami. We not beating San Antonio no more.
See,
like we barely beat them the one time off the shot, and then they smoked us the next year. They beat us 4-1. Like we have no shot with this against San Antonio. I need to go get some younger. I need to go bounce.
That's another thing about go ahead. My bad.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say real quick. That's the thing about Kawhi Leonard. Like it's a lot of revisionist history with him, but a lot of people try to make it like, oh no, he just came out of nowhere. Man, they didn't know he was like a top 5 player in the league at that time. They didn't know if he was gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like before the injuries, he was looking like he was about to be that dude that was gonna carry San Antonio, for like the next few years. After he won an MVP, they was like, man, this dude, hey, bro, he might be that guy. Like, you know what I mean? He might be like one of the best players in the league for the next 10 years, you know. But injuries later. But even though he won the chip, it's like injuries dominated his career. But still, and before he had the fallout with Pop and all them. Yeah, they didn't know. Like you said, just to piggyback on what you said.
They was building that around him over there, man. They had just got LaMarcus Aldridge and all them. But like even like I think like that last year, the first year maybe like when the first year they go to state one, you know, they still had Duncan and all them. But like you said, that was Kawhi's team, and Kawhi was taking that step. That's where they thought they was gonna go. Golden State ran up in the party and was like, nah, we about to just go ahead and cancel all this shit. Got them, you know, took care of them, took care of the Clippers. Like it's us.
Yeah.
And then they came back the next year with 73 wins. Like this us, man. We're not playing. And then they came back the next year with KD. Like we're not playing around.
We're not about to go back. Yeah, they never went backwards. They never was like, Like even with Brian won that. Okay, they came back on that 3-1, and then they didn't do nothing. They didn't add nothing after that. They came back on that 3-1, all time greatest comeback, but they didn't go add shit to Cleveland. They just was like, all right, we'll bringing the same squad back next year. Let's do it again. And then you ended up going back even more when you lost Kyrie. So it's like, damn, man. Now we lost another weapon and shit. Like, you ain't had no. Then you get smoked. You get swept in the finals. You won one game and then you got swept the next year. So that's what I'm saying. Golden State don't do that, bro. Golden State is like, we not going back ever. They was ready to offer the super. Was it the super? Yeah, they was ready to offer a max to KD before he went to the Nets. They was ready. Like,
yeah, KD
we got you,
already
bro.
knew he was gone. Like,
he was just like, I'm gone.
We
man,
ain't even worried about the year you gonna miss.
Yeah, we got your money.
Come back with us, man. We gonna do this. This it right here.
Yeah, they was like, they did everything they could to not go backwards. They did go backwards because Clay ended up missing 2 years. He got hurt again and again. And it was like, all right. But they was ready, bro. Like they was ready to compensate for them years missed. Like, all right, we know we're gonna have to eat 1 year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We know we're gonna have to eat one because y'all both out.
Yeah.
Y'all both gonna be out. But they was shit. KD would have came back the next year after that. You would have had the little bubble bullshit.
Played last year.
And then he would have came back.
That's when he almost beat Milwaukee. Like, they would have got that guy. The guy who almost beat Milwaukee.
Exactly. Imagine he exhausted taking that last shot.
Well, guess
imagine that guy with Steph, with league leader Steph, bro. Bro, that's the finals.
Yeah. Think about it. KD left.
Man. Hey, the Warriors.
KD went, and his guys failed him, right? Yeah. Well, Kyrie got hurt, and Harden was never in shape. So his hurt, Kyrie, he was hurt, but he was never in shape. He was gonna get hurt.
You can't win with these dudes, man.
He was gonna get hurt. He would have had that. He would have had
unreliable niggas ever, bro. God damn, you can't do shit with Kyrie Irving, man.
That's actually a life question, man. like I'm all in favor of okay, look, KD didn't want to come back. He made a life decision. He wanted to be in Brooklyn, in New York, whatever that, because that was a life decision, right? So it's like, but then I had a real personally, on a personal level, I'm like, I get that, man. Sometimes you just don't want to be, you want to go do this, and that's the things you take when you come in life. But he's in the sport of competition, right? He's in the whole different kind of we out here to at personal level, I'm cool with that, but you probably shouldn't have did that. You probably could have waited for that a couple more years. Like, you got your whole life to live in New York and do all that other shit. Like for the short time, people make say, I want to go play in the city I want to live in. And hey man, you got a short window to do this shit. You got your whole other life. Hell, you got from 35 to 38 on. That's a whole life to go do other things.
Exactly.
Let's take care of this shit now.
Yeah, man. Let's win fucking 5 championships now.
I'm gonna get my bread wherever I go.
Yes. The money is not a problem.
How bad was it?
Stupid.
Did you I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here? I got this. How bad did it have to be?
Was Draymond that bad?
How bad was it?
Or you just that
much
of a sensitive?
Got Draymond out of there. You get what I'm
saying?
Would have
got Draymond out of there.
I think they re-signed Draymond in the last offseason. They Draymond out of there.
They didn't even give Draymond what he wanted. Remember, Draymond was like, I kind of. I mean, I know I'm triple single, but I kind of want to get paid. Can I get paid? Like, can I make some money?
Yeah.
They was like, nah. They just re-signed him, but he ain't really getting paid.
He got a team friendly deal, right?
Yeah,
he got one of them.
Yeah, they kept him around, but like you said, to your point, KD, bro,
could have got him up out of there.
Winning cures everything, man. I mean, winning cures a lot, bro. Like, and when you look at it, imagine had it just been him and Steph carrying him the last 2 years, and they make another finals with K. Like, bro, y'all was right there. You left for nothing. Like, what you left for is nothing. It's nothing tangible.
Yeah.
It's nothing real.
Yeah.
You left because some people was like, hey, man, I don't think you can win it on your own. But then you chose, but like when you look at your choices, you chose Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
And then y'all only got Harden. It was like, bro, yeah, it looked bad.
Ben Simmons, like you're just not making good road dog decisions.
You in such a hole,
dependable people.
You in such a hole, bro.
It's like how, like you like, it was part of me like defending, like, hey man, make a life decision, man. Then it's like, nah, man, this is the life you chose. Like you in the sport of competition. Like it's about going to get, and you have an opportunity to make history.
That's what he did.
Like realistically, man, it's really hard. And we've seen some great teams in our time. Like we ain't got to go back to like, man, what was the 70s such and such like, or what was the 60s Celtics like? Like hell, it ain't like what was the 80s Lakers like? Because even that's a little beyond my time, right? Like I was a kid then. Like I don't have a real comprehension of like, wow, that was a great. But I do know what the Bulls were, right? Yeah. I'm old enough. I know what Lakers like Kobe and Shaq was, right? I know what Spurs was. I know some great teams.
Facts.
It's gonna be hard to be like that. Those two Golden State teams with KD and putting them up, and then now add the numbers like Kobe and Shaq got 3. Like Jordan Pippen got 6. Like when you start like going down the line, like had just kept it going. Like, how bad was it when you were playing beautiful? But you even said it, man. That was the most beautiful basketball, right? That was the most beautiful basketball. You was that dude, and you was getting opportunity. It wasn't like y'all was going up against, y'all was going to the finals and you was going against. I don't know. Y'all was going against Bron.
That was the,
and you was cooking him.
Y'all took years, y'all took rings off that man's legacy. He's a different, like the reason he can't compete with Jordan is because of y'all.
Yeah.
Because anybody else, he probably beats in them 2 years. He probably get more victories than he get losses. Y'all kept him to one victory in 2 years.
One more.
He won one game in 2 years since y'all when you was there, KD.
No shot.
And he had no shot.
I had somebody, my one guy, I had to, hey man, you got to chill, man. Hey man, if J.R. Smith didn't do that, they might have had momentum. I said, dude, man, they was gonna get smoked, bro. They had no shot. Do you know how momentum is? Like, bro, they had no shot.
They had no shot
against that team. I don't care. They would have got that one. He might have did that because they still had to make the shot, right? But if they would have got that one, they would have got one game. That was it.
And I always my knock is Bron is, I think they would have got that one game had he not flipped out on the bench. It was the worst game KD played in 2 years in the finals.
Yeah,
it was like a terrible game for KD. Like
flip out on the bench.
Like he just when he did,
yeah, he did do all this shit.
When he doing all this shit, and they like, bro, y'all was done. But
they made memes off of
you did that. You did that. But y'all was tied up at that point, right? Y'all was equal at that point. Like you had an overtime to go, bro. You just scored 50.
Yeah.
Y'all had an overtime. They couldn't stop you like in that game. Like he was dominating.
No, he was cooking.
He was cooking.
Cooking.
When he did all that, flipping out and all that, bro. It's like he kind of quit a little bit. But I'm not gonna get into LeBron.
But he was cooking up into that.
He was cooking.
He was cooking up.
That's my thing. Like, man, they would have won that game had he not flipped out. But anyway.
That was like that game that Philly did where we're like Iverson got the one game.
Yeah, that was the one.
He went unbelievable, but it was it. That was the one game they got.
You could not be stopped. But yeah, to try to put it all on J.R. Smith, it was like, nah, man. J.R. Smith not only did J.R. Smith not lose y'all the series, J.R. Smith didn't even lose you the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The game wasn't over. It wasn't like y'all was down by 2 and J.R. Smith dribbled out the clock and
yeah.
No, you went into overtime. He caused you to go into overtime. The game wasn't over.
Still could have
won. Could have won. So don't put it on J.R. Smith. No,
but it wasn't going to win you the series.
It wasn't going to win you the series. But
that's what I tell my guy. Like, you got to chill. So you got to chill, man. The momentum. Like, nah, man. I know you love that, man, but it was over, bro. That would have been y'all won that game, and he would have hit that shot to not go to overtime. That'd have been the one game you won.
That's the one game you would have got. Yeah,
that's it.
You would have had
just
wouldn't
have got swept
games instead of one game in 2 years.
You wouldn't have got swept that year. That's all that what it was.
Yeah.
It was over. Y'all had no shot. Y'all joy was in actually making it to the finals that year. Y'all won by getting to the finals, not Not actually, y'all. It was over, man. That's
just
what I'm
the fact
saying.
y'all made it.
Yeah, just the fact y'all
was
made
the
it, man.
victory. That was the moral victory. Yeah, you know. But that's But point is, KD, bro.
Yeah, he catches strays, man, but he kind of earned it. Though.
And listen, we just talked about, man. We just gave Steph 2 hours, man. Listen, we gave him really a legit hour, right? Look, as great as Steph is, and he knocking on the door, bro. We know that.
He's knocking on the door.
It would have been even more better with KD, bro.
KD would be on. If KD had won them shits, because now he looks the part too.
Oh my God,
he looks the part too.
Because winning dominate everything. All this little technical talk about, hey man, well, hold on, man. Hey man, I mean, what could he do it without him, bro? When you sitting on 3 of them things, it's hard to keep that talk up, man. That 3 is loud, bro. You start that voice in the back, like, hey, like remember Jeter and shit? Remember Derek Jeter? He go to Boston. Hey Jeter, remember Holmes said, "Hey Jeter, you a bum. You a bum." Hey man, when Jeter, once Jeter got like that, what was it, like the 4th ring?
Yeah,
you couldn't hear that shit no more, man.
No,
man, you a bum.
No,
you will never be better than whatever. You know what I mean? Like nobody cared. Bro.
Everybody said
Jeter was only
something.
getting Jeter stats wasn't blowing people. You know what I mean? Jeter wasn't hitting 40. He wasn't even getting 40 and 40. He wasn't
doing that.
He wasn't getting 40 nothing. But man, once you got that,
and you let them tell it, he a terrible defender. Like I seen all them plays, but they tell you he's numerically, he was like the worst shortstop in the league.
Hey man, Jeter wasn't that great, but man, winning though, bro. When you win and you the man, bro, and you hitting the way that Jeter was hitting, like you clutch as fuck.
Like it was October, like I say, defense is the worst defensive shortstop.
I'm a Yankee fan too.
In this late in the last 50 years, right?
Yeah.
But I seen him play against Oakland, right?
Where he went in,
play against Oakland.
Where he ran in the stands.
Yeah, that one and the one where he flipped that shit. Remember, he cut the ball off and then threw it to the catcher so they can get Giambi out. Like I was outside, I seen that.
I remember that
like,
too. Yeah,
you telling me he trashed, but I guess I only remember October. He might have been the worst regular season shortstop, but I remember October.
That's what I'm saying. Hey man, KD played 2 years, bro. Didn't win no MVPs with the Warriors. Hey man, he got 2 Finals MVPs though.
Hey man, KD might have 4 Finals MVPs right now, and they might have he might have won the NBA MVP last year if he played for Golden State. If he played like he did last year, but he came back with Golden State, and they would have been like #1 seed and all that shit. He'd have the MVP of the league and would have been the Finals MVP when they won last year.
KD, bro, we gonna look back on this because I as great as the Warriors are, man, like. As great as the Warriors are, bro, they miss KD, bro. You got
like that, yeah.
It would have been different with KD. Like it's amazing, and it's a testament to their team, to their structure. Steve Kerr now becoming like Steve Kerr like one of the all-time greatest coaches. Like
4 championships as a player and as a coach. I think he got like 9 altogether.
His coaches are his peers now. Like Phil and Pop his peers now. Like they legit eat at the same table now.
He at their table.
He at the table, like
he at their table. He might order for the table right now. Like, hey man, what you want, Pop?
I got you.
Oh yeah, this on me. This on my. He pulling his. He paying the tab, man.
So not only that, man. It's a testament to all that. Like it proves that they can do it without KD, man. But with KD, it's a different.
This was their least talented team that won.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You get KD in there, man. We talking about like we start separating now. We start talking about something where it's like invincible. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Like it's.
We talking when you have that at some point in time. One of those teams is like. Which one could have beat the 95, 96 Bulls?
The KD
which
Warriors.
one? Yeah. Which one could have beat, maybe one of the Shaq and Kobe teams. I think there's a Celtics
Warriors.
team that's one of those is 86 Celtics.
KD Warriors.
There's one of those Lakers teams. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you having that conversation.
It's the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
The only reason that we can't say that definitively is because they don't have that many years. Like, they got 3 years. That's it. They got 2.5, really, when you think about the injury.
Yeah.
They don't have the years. If like you said, we get 5 of them things, hey man, that's the greatest team of all time.
Yeah,
they don't even got to get 6. They don't have to win 6 out of 7 like the Bulls did. They don't have to do that. You would know after the 4th chip. You would know, like, oh no, they can beat the Bulls. They can beat Jordan, whoever you want to throw in there.
That'd be the team.
Whatever
that would be the team.
Whatever you decide is the best team.
And I thought they were getting there. I thought they were getting there.
Yeah.
I thought they were getting
there. You
can
choose the team with Rodman. You can choose the team with Grant.
One of those.
You choose one. You figure it out.
Yeah.
They can't beat this team, though.
They can't beat this team.
They got no shot.
They couldn't.
And they're just a better dynasty overall than that Chicago. You know what I mean? Like, they would have surpassed them.
Yeah.
But the fact that we had to stop after basically we got 2 years out of that, bro.
Hey man, that's some bullshit, KD, man.
Hey man,
that's some bullshit, man.
Hey man, KD, you fucked up the league, man.
That's some bullshit, man.
You took that away from us. He took that away from us, bro.
Man. That's
I'm telling you, we would have got.
That's some bullshit.
We could have saw something really special, man. But KD up there, bro. KD fucked up. He fucked up the league, man.
Hey man, that's some bullshit, man.
By not choosing.
We only got 2.5 years.
We only got 2 of that, bro. That would have been the greatest.
You don't leave that team, man. You don't leave that team
for nothing. Because, like you said, going back, opportunity. You was the best player on the team. It was no question.
It wasn't even close.
You were getting the ball first. You had everything. There was nothing there. You know what I mean? Like, you wasn't in nobody's shadow. Granted, people love Steph. People love Steph, man. They still do, and they always will. But Kate, like, you wasn't in nobody's shadow though. Like, you didn't have nothing to prove, bro. Like,
Steph was in KD's shadow. That's the reason that talk shit that was happening up until the other night. Like, KD was the one. Y'all might not have won without KD. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a legit. Like, y'all might not have won without KD. Y'all needed KD to win, and the fact that he won without KD shuts that shit up. You're like, he gets to shut everyone up about that. I just did it, so miss me with that.
KD made it so it wasn't close, bro. We hadn't seen that since
it was perfect for Steph for KD to leave. Perfect for Steph, right? So he can get his shot. But like overall, hey man, you fucked up. Hey man, I'm sorry at KD for leaving, man.
KD, you're right. It wasn't just your loss, bro. It was all our loss.
Our loss, bro.
You took that away from us. Yeah, our loss. We're not even talking about it. Don't even matter because like you literally talking about it. Don't even. This is the only time I would say it don't matter if AD play. They would have been rumbling in the finals, Western Conference Finals. But man, you got KD, bro. Not even that Bron AD team.
No.
You can't do it.
No. Not against that Warrior team. With KD,
and you add Wiseman and like whatever you want to
add them guys.
Take either one of them guys. Yeah, take Poole, whatever. Give us one of them guys. Hey man, he took that away from us, bro.
He took that away from us,
all
man.
that. We've been watching fucking. I got Djokovic is the MVP 2 years in a row. I gotta watch Giannis. Giannis done got a chip. Giannis done came out of the East and got a chip with Middleton. It's just like all this shit, man, could have been different, bro. Like, all this shit would have been different, man. The fucking Suns is like doing something. Suns wouldn't have been doing shit with KD.
Hey, man, Suns wouldn't even have thought to trade for CP3. Like, the fuck, wasting our time.
Why? Yeah,
we wasting our time. They would have had him. Lakers would have had to go try to get. They would have had to try to make a different move when they got AD. Okay, we got to go get. We got to go get CP3. We got to go do something else.
Bron might not even come to the damn Lakers if he like, hey, I want to play in the finals. I want to at least make it to the finals.
Yeah, because did he like re-up? Like, nah, re-up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he would have been like, man, look, if KD stayed with the Warriors, man, Bron, I don't know if he come to the Lakers, man. he may be like, I mean, I want to play in the finals. If I come to the Lakers now with at the time, I'm talking okay, Lonzo Ball and whatever, that little young ass team, man, I'm not making it out of the Western Conference Finals with that, man.
Never going.
I'm not gonna beat KD with that.
If KD, because KD had only signed like that 1+1 contract, right? Whatever, 1 year and then one option. Yeah. If he signed a legit contract, like let me get this 4 year, such and such, yeah, Brown wouldn't have came to LA.
Brown would have
stayed out. He would have stayed out. He would have went to Philadelphia or something.
Yeah, that's all I was about to say. You'd have been with
saying
Embiid
he
right
should have
now.
went. Yeah. They were saying he should have went. Like if you're trying to really cook, you need to take your ass over to Philly.
He came to the West because he like, well,
and KD ain't staying there. Like and he knew that shit. Like
they
KD
coming off 2 injuries. Out. They 2 second best, third best player injured. The best player ain't coming back. Steph not getting younger. Draymond getting younger. I'm about to coming straight to the source. But yeah, man, KD, man, you changed the league, KD, bro. That choice
you history, man.
You changed history, man. You could have been on the other side of history. You could have been on the greatest dynasty, the most dominant dynasty ever. In this era, like easily 6 championships, something stupid like that. Realistically, because they just so real. It's such a well-run machine. Like you said, this the least talented team, and y'all still got to chip. Hey, KD fucked up, man. You can't go back now, so it's like we ain't gonna never see that. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking that the other day, like, man, KD really fucking fucked up the league, man. Like he really. Well, some people will say he helped it because
give everybody else a chance.
Yeah, you gave everybody else a chance, but it's like, man, but was it worth it though? You know what I mean? For what you went to, and now you got Ben Simmons, who don't want to play. You got Kyrie Irving, who don't want to play. You got 2 dudes who don't really want to be professional.
Coach Nash.
Your coach is a fraud. Never understood why people thought Nash was like you didn't play under Pop and
yeah, you don't got that pedigree like of learning basketball.
You're not Kerr. Like, you just thought you was just gonna be Kerr because you're not that guy. Like you don't have any pedigree. Like you ain't sit down for 10 years and under a great coach. You want an assistant. You didn't put in no work. So I don't know. But yeah, like I said, man, KD changed the league with that shit, man.
Hey, I was trying to have my guy. I listened earlier. I'm like, man, KD, because you knew it was gonna come. Like they was already setting that story. The narrative was out there, but it was like, hey, man, one of the things I thought when Golden State won, when they when it looked, we're like, okay, they about to win, right? It's over.
Yeah,
like, woo, KD about to catch.
Yeah, man. He out there in the rain, bro.
No umbrella,
no umbrella. The wind blowing. Woo, boy, he can't do nothing because, and it's no get back, right? Like he can't. It's nothing he can do. Like he can't. It's not like we like. All right, we'll wait till next year, man. KD, bro, you're not even.
Yeah, and then
not even better than Giannis.
And I don't even know if he could do a thing where he actually teams up and joins another team like that again. Right?
Like, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Just like the whole, just like that with whatever term you want to use. I don't know if he can look up and see in 2 years, like, hey man, Atlanta look like they might be that. They, let me go ahead and team like you already made it a point to go do it on your own.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna do it my way, and then you can't double, you can't like. You can't go, like you said, you can't go back. You got to finish this out. You either end up with no more championships or you have like some great championship in a minute because, things came together. But you can't go team up with LeBron and go win the championship. You can't come to the Lakers. You can't go to Boston. Nah. You can't go do that now. You got to
go to the Clippers.
You got to ride it through because you left Golden State, bro.
Yeah, man. You left Golden State and Golden State done already won without you. So now
they won before
you. You're in such a negative right now. Yeah.
Damn. Woo. Shout out. He but
they got 2 chips without you, man.
They got one. They got bookend chips, man. They done made a KD sandwich, pause, man. They got the one they won on top. They put on the bottom, and he's the one in the middle. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like they done really won. Hey man. Draymond looked at this dude on the bench, man, with a triple single. and told him, "We don't need you.
We want without you."
God damn! And then they did it again. You can't tell Draymond nothing, man.
Hey, man, leave Draymond alone, bro.
You can't.
I'm leaving him alone. I ain't got nothing to say.
Alone.
I'm leaving him alone. Hey, look, good for you, man. Hey, he won too, bro. By the way, we talked about him the other day. He won, man. Draymond won. He done. Hey, bro.
He wanted life, man.
He wanted life, man. He done overachieved, man.
Any other situation, man, he wouldn't. He be jumping around. He be jumping around the league, right? For what he do, he be jumping around. Meaning, like, okay, now you on the Heat this year. You be on the, which would probably be a good team for him, actually. The Heat. He'd be like PJ Tucker.
Yep.
Facts. Every year he kind of like goes. But with Golden State, they found something. And then like the way Steph play, like he gets so much attention. Like we just need somebody to dribble that shit up the court and set a screen. You're right. You know, and then mind you, as shitty as I could jump on Draymond, he got some defensive player of the years. He got like 7 first team all defenses, right? Like he does have other things got other things on the mantle in terms of like accolades, right?
Yeah.
But you can't tell him nothing right now.
Nah. And I never bought him as like people used to say, like people used to make it like, oh well, man, well I was, hey man, well I was high because argument. He's so the Warriors are so tied into LeBron's legacy now. It's like, well, how was they supposed to beat the Warriors anyway? You know, it's like all my thing is like, well, y'all did have Love and Kyrie Irving, like they're great players, you know what I mean? So, but nah, and it was always like a number, like they outnumber, like. Oh, well, man, they had KD, they had Steph, and they had Clay, and they had Draymond Green. It's like, wait a minute.
Hey, man, you got to stop. You went too
Slow
far.
down for a minute.
You went too far.
Because
easy there, young fella.
If we break these players all up and send them to different teams, every player is going to be, all right, so like all those other players got an opportunity for Supermax contracts and could be on the all-star team and can lead their team to the playoffs. You put Draymond by himself, he's never going to do that. He can maybe make the all-star team.
Man, maybe because he already had a name.
He made it off like charity that one. You know what I mean? But he's never going to be in line for a Supermax.
No.
Or Max. I just say Max. I ain't got to go to Supermax. He's never going to be in line for a Max. He's never, you know what I mean? Like he's not going to be a franchise player. I
remember when he was like that first time he was about to get a contract. I think it was like probably around that first championship. And then it was really all like, hey man, come on, man, you got to really re-sign that shit. That shit is replaceable, right? Like, and they if they, I think some of the talk was like, if Golden State didn't fall for that, but most of the talk was like, hey man, let him try that shit that he see what Detroit going to offer. See what happened when he go to Detroit. Yeah. You know, he's from Detroit and shit. Like, is that really leverage? Detroit Detroit really going to offer that? So, like you say, when people, oh man, they got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like, no, it's 3.
It's 3 against 3.
It's 3 against 3.
And Draymond's a big help.
It's 3 against 3.
Stop acting like they were just outnumbered because stop. Okay, they were not that outnumbered. All right, you got Kevin Love. You got Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
You got LeBron, who's supposed to be the greatest player ever.
Yeah.
So that was
that 4-1. That 4-1 that they smacked them with. That was just a legit smack.
They just smacked them.
It was a legit smack. That wasn't like a shorthanded smack.
Yeah, they
like, we was level. They got Draymond like nah. But the fact that Draymond said that shit, like it was like.
Yeah, I know.
And then they won.
Yeah.
He looked at KD like, we're gone. And he called him some choice words, right?
Yeah.
Gone. We don't need you. We won without you. And then
in the middle of a game.
In the middle of a game. Because remember, KD was, hey man, pass me that shit. Draymond doing some stupid shit, trying not to. He was doing some sucking. You know, they must have been some beef already there.
Yeah, man.
And then exploded. Like, but that's, hey, let's keep it a buck, man. It was some weak shit for my man to make that be the reason he don't stay.
We know it, man. We got to call it. We got to call it spade. And I like KD, man.
I love that dude, man.
I love that nigga, man.
That's the reason why you gave up on history. Like, it got to be more. It has to be more, and it has to be I know they did a little interview and all this and all that, and I ain't never really seen that. They might have, it wasn't that. It was just time for me to, like, dude, you was there 3 years, man. Like, you in California, like, New York got high taxes too. Like you get what I'm saying? Like I think pound for pound, like San Francisco really the highest, but like New York City is close. Yeah. It's not that far behind.
It's not that much better.
It's not that far behind. So like, you know, same kind of government, same kind of structure. So like, what was really the difference that you had to leave that? Remember, I told somebody, like, man, it may go down. It may go down that it turns out that KD was a person who left Steph for Kyrie. And that's not going to, history is not going to be kind to that story.
It's not, man. It's not. It almost put like it muddies the 2 championships you won, because, I mean, granted, now we can look, all right, because I always said, the reason I always roll with KD on leaving and going to Golden State in the first place was not leaving Golden State, but when the first time he went to Golden State, even after they had beat him, I was like, look, man, you got it. That shit is, the old days is over with.
The old days.
What did my man say on the wire? He was like, the thing about the old days is they the old days. They the old days, man. So it's like this idea, oh, nah, man, I'm gonna tough it out with this franchise, man. I'm gonna stay with one franchise, and we gonna, hey, man, you don't want to be Pat Ewing, man.
Facts.
If Pat Ewing had thought differently, had he came up in a different era, man, Pat would have went to go play with, I don't know, maybe he come to the Bulls. I don't know.
Him and MJ, and then you got him and MJ had the same agent. Like, they was mad cool. It was mad cool, man.
You in a different era, man. They might, you know what? He might be like, hey, man, you know what? I'm going to Chicago, bro.
They would have leveraged the dream team experience. He fuck around, go to Utah. He may go to, you know what I'm saying, or bring Carmelo over there. Like, they would have leveraged that at that time. Go out to
or
Portland.
if you go play with Drexler or something,
just little different things. Like, they would have done different things like that. Like, they would have leveraged that experience to be like, oh no, that's how y'all handle business over there. I need to get over there.
So he go do that. He win some rings with Jordan, whatever. I'm just saying.
Looking back on
if
that
KD
layup.
had that same mindset, he just toughed it out with the Thunder, and Westbrook. They don't win a championship. We looking at KD as like, hey, bro, you never got off the porch, bro.
Facts.
You got close.
Yeah.
You stood up every once in a while when somebody drove by. Man, but you ain't get off the porch, man.
They wasn't gonna beat Golden State.
No. And Golden State was only getting better.
And we had got like desensitized to that at the time, right? Like he wasn't, you know, like Bron had already did it. And I remember my guy used to argue with, and it was like, I'm not saying it's the same situation. Nothing could be the same situation where you went to the team who had the greatest record of all time. That'll never happen again. Right? It's only the greatest record of all time has only happened a couple times. The first person who said it, then the second, and then after that, it was like 50 years before somebody did that, and then another 30 for somebody. It's hard to set the best record of all time and say, well, they didn't do. Yeah, of course, it wasn't exact, but the precedent had kind of already been set. So when he did that, I just wasn't shocked. Like, okay, that's what we do now. You know, you hear some older guys that say, yeah, I wish I would have. I've heard Kobe say, like, oh yeah, I wish I probably would have did that. Like, had recruited players to come play. Yeah. You know, you see him saying they would have did that with like McGrady. They was trying to, like, because they was mad. They was really mad cool. You didn't know that at the time, but they was mad cool, and it was like, yeah, we would have done that. We would have done. Nasty. It just wasn't a thing that we did.
McGrady would have been a point guard, pretty much.
Yeah, we would have done that. Like, so when he did it, it was like I didn't. Like I say, I felt like we already went through that when my man took his talents to Miami.
Yeah,
right. That it was like
he opened the door for that.
It was over.
Yeah. And then, but look how successful it was, though. Like we forget that. Like, it was instant success. It wasn't instant success for Bron.
No, it wasn't.
Bron had to lose again.
Yes,
he had to go through an embarrassing loss.
Yeah, Jason Terry. Somebody.
It's almost to the point where we don't even look at, like, Miami was a legit dynasty. We don't even really look at it that way, though. No. Just because he stumbled in like the way he did.
Yeah.
We look at the damn KD team as more of a dynasty than when in fact the Miami team went to 4 straight finals and won 2 of them. That's a dynasty. We don't look at them that way.
I always thought that about Bron, that's going to be when the story get told again.
Yeah.
That one of the hindrances that I rarely get brought up, and this ain't a shot at him, but like one of the hindrances that could potentially get brought up is that he don't have a great team on his resume.
He don't.
Where like the other
that would have been
greats
the one, but they
got a
bookended
great
the loss.
team, like because there's times where that Heat team when they lost bad.
Yeah,
so they had he been on some really good teams that won. I'm not, but it's usually about
a great
him.
team. Yeah.
It's usually about him. It's not when you look up and say that 2000 and such Heat team where it's like, hey, 2017 Warriors, 1996 Bulls.
Yeah.
Like you also not only do you have Jordan, you have one of the great, if not the greatest team of all time, the Kobe and Shaq. That those Laker teams, they don't have that great team on the resume. It was like, no, that's an all timer right there.
When we do the fantasy
all-time team.
Yeah, when we do the all-time fantasy matchups, when you play 2K and you get to go to the all-time great teams, you don't really pick that Miami team. You're not going to be as confident with that Miami team as you're going to be with the 96 Jordan team or the 97, 98. You're not going to be as confident as with the KD Warriors.
Yes.
You're not going to be as confident like with what's another team like any of them Lakers, three Laker teams, you know what I mean? Especially that second year. You're not gonna be as confident. Yeah, that second year, Kobe, when they lost the one game to Philadelphia. That second year, that's when Kobe came. I think
they swept the playoff. That was the only game they lost in the playoffs too.
Exactly. Swept through the whole play. Like it was just crazy that year. You're not gonna feel as confident with that Miami team though, because that's not an all-time. None of those four teams with Bosh. None of those are all-time great teams. Not even the first year, because the first year they lost to the fucking Dallas Mavericks. So you're not going. Mavericks. They don't. You're right. I agree. And this is not to make this a He don't have a great team on his resume.
He don't have a great team on his resume. It was like
the other greats. A dynasty though.
Yeah, the other greats have a great other greats have an all-time team on their resume. He don't have an all-time. I don't think he have an all-time team on his resume. There's one that you hang your hat on, like that squad we was on, that team we will go like you. And when they
take them against anybody,
I'll take them against anybody.
Bron can't say that about nobody.
You don't have a team that was an all-time great team.
Nah, you don't.
Every other great, don't care if you're talking about Shaq, Kobe, Jordan, KD. There's one team that they know, like, okay, I'm going to battle. I'll go against anybody with that team. That team we had was that team.
Yeah, and a lot of that go down to like he always getting blamed for being the GM. He never got a dominant coach.
Yeah,
never had one.
Yeah, you don't even have one of those.
He don't even have one of those. So it's
don't even have one of those. Usually those teams have they got a coach. Like,
they got a Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
They got a Pat Riley.
Yeah.
He didn't even get Pat Riley.
Yeah, he didn't even get Pat.
Pat Riley didn't even come out of the front office. He was like
Spoelstra might be better today than he was then.
Man, and now we're looking at Spoelstra totally different. Like, damn, Spoelstra might have, but he was like ahead of his time at that. You know what I mean? Like
he wasn't what he is now. He wasn't then. He wasn't then.
It's very impressive what he's done.
Yes.
How he's endured, and especially comparing to the other LeBron coaches, the Mike Browns and the Tyrone Lues, to see Spoelstra now, you're like, damn, man.
Yeah.
You actually
made a name for himself.
He's all right, So shout out to Spoelstra, man. He went to the finals without Brian. That's hard to do. Like that. Yeah, that's to me, that's like another like kind of mark on you. Like
they usually strip your team.
Yeah, like
that's a good organization they got down there, man. If they can ever secure, I like Miami, man. If they can ever for real secure a person like a dog, I like Jimmy Butler, but somebody like that, they can go get because remember they was hunting. They thought they had Giannis. They thought they had Giannis.
Yeah, they did.
They thought they had Giannis when it was time but Giannis went on ahead and shut that up, and he just re-signed. He re-signed early with
He
Milwaukee.
solidified now. He was
the guy they was going to go get. I think they was before Butler signed. They were just knew they was making a whole effort.
That's a well-run team. Man.
A good organization. They can go get a horse because like usually the teams that Bron leave, they strip them.
Yeah,
they fatigue. He exhausts them. Right. Yeah. And he does because he like, I'm coming here to do what I do, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna trade all your assets, you're gonna fire the one coach, you're gonna reorganize this, and
he builds you to win at his time there. He
you changing everything from even the rules you have, right? You're gonna change all.
He's not interested in the future.
Care about none of that.
He don't care. He like, man, every year I'm here, get me exactly what I need to win this year now. Give me the best that I can get now. I don't care. I don't want nothing that I gotta develop. nah, man, we got to win right now. Give me the best players now. But yeah, like you said, with that, what happens though, you end up, once he leaves,
you have nothing. You
got
shredded.
nothing. You got nothing in the bank. Like you
don't
ain't got no
even have
money in the bank.
trade assets. You don't even have like
Yeah.
draft picks because you
Yeah,
didn't
you
trade
hurt.
them all.
Yeah,
to
you
go
traded
get
all
people.
your because every team Brian go to is it's like this. He make a huge deal when he come in. Like he make these crazy deals, like where it's like, oh, well, we gotta go get the best players now. So I give you, look, man, I give you all my first round draft picks for the next 3 years. I'm gonna give you my 2 best players that I got now,
my best young guys.
So basically, I just gut my team to try to like they did that with the Lakers. Like Lakers had,
they're gonna be, hey, bro, they're gonna be so bad. Like look at Cleveland. They just finally got some. This is the first time they ever got some draft picks, and they started actually winning what they drafted.
Yeah.
Well, like look how long it took for them to get picks.
Yeah.
Then they finally got Mobley and Garland and all them, and they actually like looked like they had a competent team, right?
Yeah.
Right. It took them forever to get to that point after because he gutted them. The Lakers ain't got, bro. The Lakers ain't even got a number 1 pick until 2027.
That's sick. That's sickening. And there's nothing they can do about it.
They got no young guys. So like they gotta get and quiet as kept for like the last 10 years, the Lakers have been like mismanaged. They've been run terribly.
Yeah, it ain't even that's what I'm saying. I don't even really blame Bron for that. Like people kind of throw that on him, but I'm like, nah, not this one, bro. Lakers was bad before he got there. They gonna be bad after he leaves.
Oh, they gonna be so bad after he leave.
And he can leave them with AD. He can say, hey man, AD, man, you know what? Hey, you still under clutch? Hey man, go ahead and stick around. They still gonna be bad, man. They horribly mismanaged.
They so bad. They don't know who to sign. They don't know who to trade.
Yeah, they don't do good with coaches.
They don't understand.
It's not really a Bron thing here.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't think he's helped.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think he's helped as much as like
probably allowed him to get free to run.
Yeah,
he don't got no conflict in there.
Carte blanche, you know what I mean? Yeah. But even then, it's like, but I'm not getting rid of him is not going to remedy. It's not the remedy. Is what I'm saying. Like,
that's when they were saying that like Lakers don't know what they're doing right now.
Nah, like, and he could have never came, and they still would have been like, "Oh, this is terrible." You know, this is horribly run. You know, they had a lot of talent though. But yeah, I mean, he brought him AD and got him a bubble chip. Hey man, that's a lot better than they would have got without him. It's just the reality. 100%. They wouldn't have been in the bubble. They wouldn't have been.
They don't have an infrastructure. They don't know. Like you say, they terrible with coaches.
They terrible, man.
They want to go get a. They just badly run right now. They've been badly run since like 2012, probably.
They had that little civil war. Hey man, Genie won. I don't know. We don't know if Genie.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think
100%.
I don't think it was going to be a good outcome no matter what. Like whether the brothers would have won or Genie would have won, they just horribly ran right now. It's just a bad organization. Bron, I think he made them like competitive. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not him.
That's the funny thing when you look at like we go, especially with the NBA, but you look at sports across the board because baseball kind of like figured that out. Because they was spending too much money, and it was like, look, none of us can compete with the Yankees when it come to money, right?
Yeah.
Like they started getting like TV contracts, so they started getting money, but still to this day, like Yankees could outspend even the people with all Yankees got a network. They don't have TV money, they have a network, right?
Yeah,
so
crazy, bro.
They good. So you have to be able to rerun your franchises. You have to kind of do it best at the franchise level now, and then you get to right signers, know when this. If you're gonna sign somebody to a big contract, you sign them when they're 25, not when they're 32, right? You change those kind of things. But with the NBA is like how it's switched from super team to back to franchise, right? Super team was like that they let the players kind of, not saying people don't make super teams, but like kind of let the players get their teams together and and it's like, no, we gotta run this. We gotta still run the frame. We still gotta have running from the franchise level. Let's get back to that. Because we can either have the Nets or we can have the Golden State. And we got the one guy who was like the catalyst in both of them.
Yep.
KD was a franchise move to go get him for Golden State. It was a player move to go back to the Nets and let's try to build this shit up.
Man,
and they run it. It's like a prime example right there.
Man, that's no better example. Yeah, the contract. There you go. Same player. What it basically comes down to is it don't matter how super your team is. If you ain't got an organization, if you got an organization that's dysfunctional,
yeah,
it just don't matter, bro.
It
don't mean nothing.
Yes.
If it ain't nothing under it, it's a foundation. It's like they say, your house, you got the greatest mansion.
yeah.
Shit can have 8 rooms, 3, 6 bathrooms. Be the greatest mansion in the world, man. If you ain't got a foundation, bro, you're gonna sink into the ground, man. And that's the difference between the Nets and the Warriors, man. And that's the difference between a player that chooses an organization and the player choice who chooses, oh man, I just want to play with niggas like me, man. You know what I mean? I want to play with, hey man, can nobody else make that? What he say, man? What he say? Hey man, for the first time in my life, I know if I throw it to this person, he can make that shot. Remember that dumb shit he said, man? That's coming back on him, bro. Because it's like that don't mean nothing now, bro.
Oh man,
you chose that organization over that organization, right?
Whew.
That's, oh my god! Like, just
first
imagine.
time in my career, I got somebody that I can actually give it to at the end of the game.
That
so kind of
worried
like
about
that.
the wrong crap, right? You worried about the wrong stuff. Instead, you should have been saying, "Hey man, for the first time in my career, I know I'm re-signing with an organization that actually, you know what I mean? That's aggressive."
You have the people in place, man, to support the shit y'all trying to do.
Idiot, right? Bro.
Yeah, you might still have like hella player influence, but is the shit in place? Like, do y'all have that's like when Braun went to Miami the first time, and Miami had the shit in place that he was even able to take for that first year or two back to Cleveland. Like, Miami do it a certain way. They just missing a dog, right? But like, they do it a certain way. If they can get a dog, then they could take a step. But some people got your organization. That shit matter, man.
Yeah.
That shit matter. You can't just be out here like, hey man, look, you, me, and like that shit just don't all. You can get one that work, and then we can find for every one that work 3 that don't.